one day, Sheila, and the leaves are piling up.
Bit of an eyesore.
Also,
Dry shave. Interesting technique.
that's going to come back to haunt them. Some people clean while they cook, not these folks.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Saves us a ton. If only they bundled the leaves. You know, I wouldn't have pegged these two as yogis.
I still don't.
For bundling made easy, go to Geico.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
No, we use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yeah, we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
You can feel it. A force that moves everything around it. That comes from deep down inside. Full-time fans, the passion is unshakable. The moments are real. Look out. They make you fun.
Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread is the best thing since bacon and jalapeno stuffed cheesy bread, which was the best thing since original stuffed cheesy bread. Get Domino's new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread or any other 2 or more mix and match items for just $6.99 each at Domino's.
Catch NFL Plus. I catch NFL Network. And I catch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon on NFL Red Zone.
Catch it all. It starts with NFL Plus today. Plans start at $6.99 a month.
CBS is powered by Ram Trucks, America's best electric pickup for new vehicle quality.
And welcome back to the NFL today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Jaguars and the Steelers. Let's throw it out to Pittsburgh with our announcers, Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn.
We're going all in with the Jaguars and Steelers live today. So thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coy and Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. As they take us from the New York studios to the Steel City on CBS. Yeah, we'll have Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn on the call. Jacksonville's 5-2. Pittsburgh 4-2. Both teams coming off road victories last week. Jags played at New Orleans last Thursday, so they're a little extra rested, if you will, with a mini bye. Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago was coming off a bye before they traveled to the Rams and found a way to win in Southern California to pick up their 4th win of the season. So 2 teams above 500 here, week 8. Should be a good one. It's been raining for the most part the past 12 hours, especially real heavy this morning. So we'll see how, rain affects today's game, if it does at all. I'd expect, Pittsburgh just to play how they played, honestly. I mean, it's either going to be close or they're going to get blown out. There's really no in between. That's how the 6 games have gone thus far. The 4 wins or 1-score wins. The 2 losses, they've been blown out. So Jacksonville, damn well they're going to be tough on defense. They're going to try to run the football. However, this is a typical, Steeler game with the weather. This is football weather, and we'll see if they can use it to their advantage or not. But their defense is probably going to have to win in the game with as average as the offense has looked still to this point, especially with as high-powered as Jacksonville is up front as well, with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, his college teammate Travis Etienne at tailback. Clemson's probably wishing both of them were still in school at this rate. But, they have weapons to throw the ball to. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into some sort of shootout, if Pittsburgh offensively can keep up. But, you're looking at, once again, probably first to 20 is going to win this game. And if Pittsburgh can keep it close, just give themselves a chance, they're going to be just fine. So we'll see what gives. As always, I'm sure something will. As Doug Peterson returns to the Keystone State, of course, former Eagle head coach, fired by Philadelphia after winning the Super Bowl. They brought in Nick Sirianni. He got him the Super Bowl. However, of course, they lost last year, but then Peterson took a year off, and now he's in his second year in Duval, taking over for Urban Meyer. And they made the playoffs last year before losing to Kansas City, the eventual Super Bowl champions. And they're, for the most part, you look at it, in the driver's seat in the AFC South, as you know, Pittsburgh's right there in the North as well. So, big crucial game in the AFC today for sure. Potential playoff implications, you know, a couple months from now, for all we know. So we'll see what it gives, but weather ain't holding the fans back. We got Jacksonville at 5-2, Pittsburgh at 4-2 once again. I mean, the Jags, you know, throughout time, they have had Pittsburgh's number here and there. They have. As we're also going to be watching on Fox, Philadelphia and Washington. So we'll have some first half stats and scores coming up at halftime, and give a recap and a preview with what's going on around the NFL this weekend as well. But yeah, there's been a few times throughout history that, like, you think Pittsburgh's going to win, and then, you know, Jacksonville shows up, and boom, there you go. They're either moving on in the playoffs or keeping the Steelers out of the playoffs. So we'll see what gives. You know, should be a good one. It should be a damn good game. So I'll leave it at that. We'll kick off here shortly. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in and watching once again. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share. Hashtag NFL. Hashtag Jaguars. Hashtag Steelers. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. As well as this video is powered by Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead and Hungry. First off with Rogue Energy. Be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form. Shakers and Rogue Energy merch at the link in the description below. Be sure to use the code LUKE, that's LUKE123 for 10% off. HopeKThrifts, a secondhand resale shop that focuses on staying in the environment in a cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and brought to my attention recently, I've been saying Shine for the past few months, but I guess it's pronounced either Shine, Sheen, or Shein. So use your imagination, call it whatever the hell you want. But yeah, most items for HopeKThrifts, which is a, once again, secondhand resale shop that focuses on sustaining the environment in a cheap and fashionable way. Most items are $20 or less, include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shein, among others. HopeKThrifts, found on Depop, Instagram, Makara, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, yeah, HopeKThrifts, HopeKThrifts. So be sure to use the message seller code CHEAPTHRIFTS, that's CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS for 10% off as well. Link also in the description below. And also now, this Halloween weekend, Dead and Hungry, a novel written by Nathan D. Mitchell, as you can find this book on Amazon for $4.99 on the Kindle. This paperback is about $15. Dead and Hungry, a viral disaster sweeps across America while Hank Broadman and his family are at a Hightower amusement park. As society crumbles, Hank must guide his 9-year-old daughter Sarah through a treacherous, scathing new world as victims of the virus bleed from their eyes, becoming faster and more violent with long nails and teeth. Their skin breaks out in hives while they utter strange phrases, a shadow of who they once were. Being a former virologist, Hank uncovers the virus's origin and how it came to be, but it's not just the people. Plants and animals alike fall victim to this dreadful disease. The trees turn black, bleeding sap while their snake-like roots wrap around all remaining life. Grass turns dry and red, and animals of all kinds become rabid beasts. Hank must fight at all costs to protect his daughter, whose innocence degrades him with each turn of a page. With no hope in sight, Hank takes matters into his own hands, piecing together clues regarding the source of the lethal virus. From mysterious radio messages to evidence at the Pentagon to rumors of a cure, Hank slowly realizes what he must do to bring this to an end. The more he learns of this wretched sickness, the faster he sheds his own humanity, desperate to save himself and his little girl from a world in ruin. So, Dead and Hungry, $4.99 on Amazon for the Kindle. This is about $15 for a paperback edition. First edition as well. Must read, especially this Halloween weekend. Dead and Hungry, a novel written by Nathan D. Mitchell. And if that doesn't interest you, well, you might as well be what the title says. So there you go with Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and once again, Dead and Hungry. So we'll kick off here shortly with Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. We'll see if it's going to be a long game for the Steelers, or if they can, keep it close. Like I said, their 4 wins are all one score. The 2 losses, they've been blown out. So there's no in between. If they can find that middle ground and, just, figure out a way to win, that's what I've been saying recently too, just looking at the schedule. I mean, if they can take care of business, because they're 2-0 in the division with wins over the Browns and Ravens. They don't play the Bengals until right before Thanksgiving, let alone again right before Christmas. They play the Browns right after Thanksgiving, and then they don't play the Ravens again until week 18. So then you have all these other games in between. If you can take care of business, for the most part in those games, along with, winning some in division, they're just going to be, fine come the end of the season. They'll be there in the thick of it, come playoff time. So we'll see. Yeah, about mid-50s. Like I said, it's been raining for the past 12 hours or so. As the Steelers added some new Hall of Honor members, and they're in attendance with Aaron Smith, James Harrison, and the former defense coordinator himself, and Dick LeBeau. So let's fucking go. Get this crowd pumped up, and Pittsburgh just needs to find a way to win. I don't care what it takes. The offense is going to be out in the field first, so we'll see, how basic they are. Somebody's going to make a guest appearance, but Jacksonville winning the toss, deferring. Pittsburgh back to receive. The Jags will get the ball to begin the second half. We've got a touchback on the fair catch. So 1st and 10 Steelers from the 25 to begin the game. It'll be, right to left? Yeah, right to left across the television screen right in Aldell. So we'll see what Kenny Pickett and this offense does. As you can see, the rain coming down. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, tailback. Fryermuth still at tight end, but of course you have Connor Hayward and Darnell Washington, Roddy Williams making some plays on special teams. They got Deontay Johnson back last week. Of course, still have George Pickens and Allen Robinson. They go deep down the middle. Oh, he had him at midfield. Deontay Johnson hit him right in the hands, and it falls incomplete. You're probably going to see a lot of running game today with the weather the way it is. They take a shot, hit him right in the hands. That should have been a catch. But, the ball's probably a little wet. His hands are probably a little wet. So we'll see what they do now here on 2nd down and 10 to, potentially get a manageable 3rd down coming up. Hayward in motion. Of course, Cam's still hurt. Didn't return to practice, so they got 3 weeks to activate him off the IR. And now Pickett goes down the sack back at the 20, so Pittsburgh has a 3rd and 15. And now let me introduce everybody to Matt C. What do you say, Matt C? What are you going to call up on 3rd and 15? You want to run a jet sweep end around? All right, let's go. And then a fucking punt. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah. Get fucking 16 yards and get 1st down, for God's sakes. Come on. Yeah, fuck you, clown. 3rd and 15 from the 20. And Kenny Pickett looking to throw. Rolls out, far side. It's coming back for a hold anyway. And it's almost caught and almost picked off, but they'll decline the penalty and make Pittsburgh punt, and they'll get the ball. So Pittsburgh goes 3 and out, 50 seconds in. Son of a bitch. They didn't not take shots. They just can't execute. Yeah. So, yeah. The hold is declined with the incompletion. If they would have picked it off, they still would have declined it. It's been their ball. Around midfield, so Pittsburgh's going to have to play field position here. That's just... He's back to being brick hands. He can't fucking catch now again. What the fuck? That's 2 drops. that, I mean, the first one to midfield, the second one, another 25, 30 yards on the field. He makes both those catches. They have a decent run game. They're in the fucking red zone, knocking on the door, looking to score some points here on the opening drive. I mean, shit. Now they're going to have to rely on this defense to, you know, just set the tone of the game and keep themselves in it. So, 1st and 10, Jacksonville after a not that good of a punt. Ball, what, 40-yard line? Yeah, 47-yard line. So, short field to work with. Trevor Lawrence looking to throw, and it's incomplete on a comeback on the back shoulder near side. Intended for the former Falcon. They call him the gambler, Calvin Ridley. 2nd and 10. So we'll see if Pittsburgh, you know, if Jacksonville will line up. Once again, out of the gun, and they'll run it up the middle. ETN gets about 3 to midfield, so 3rd and 7 coming up. We'll see if the Steelers overall, offense, defense, and special teams, knows when to hold them, knows when to fold them, and knows when to walk away. Especially with all these weapons Jacksonville has for Trevor Lawrence to get the ball to. 3rd and 5. How the fuck did he get 5 yards on that? No way he got 5 yards on that. He got fucking... That is not 3rd and 5. Jesus Christ, that's 3rd and 8. They get pressure on Lawrence. Pass, incomplete. Good coverage. And then there's a late penalty flag. We'll see what that is. I mean, that was a clean coverage. Refs are huddling up. They better fucking pick this up. Now they say pass interference. How the fuck was that pass interference? I can understand if you want to get him for a unsportsmanlike conduct after the play because he was celebrating. How the fuck was that PI, though? Well, the defense just needs to roll on with it and continue to make some stops. They're not even going to show fucking replay. Not yet, at least they won't. 1st and 10. So stop the run here under center Lawrence, but watch the play action. They will run it near side. ETN out in space. Yeah, they're already slipping and sliding all over the place because of the rain. I don't know if they had the field covered or not. Pitt got their ass kicked yesterday at Notre Dame, so they, you know, haven't played a football game at Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, in a little while. Of course, especially with the bye week, and then you can tell the middle of the field, in between that, right on the outside of the hashes, the whole way from goal line to goal line's been replaced. You can tell that's a darker grass than the numbers and the rest of the field. They hand off, and then Adams, Montravius Adams, has stepped up a hell of a lot this year with Cam Hayward out. Like I said, Hayward should be coming back before Thanksgiving at some point in time. They just activated him. Well, excuse me, they have 3 weeks to activate him because he just practiced for the first time this past week as he's been on IR. So if you practice while you're on IR, you have 3 weeks to be activated to get back to the active roster. So it's going to be right before Thanksgiving at the latest when he returns. Steelers, of course, going to be on a short week this week too. They play Thursday night, but 3rd and 6 over the middle, it's caught, and then they wrap him up. Pierre makes up for the PI that wasn't a PI, but then they push him out of bounds. And now another fucking flag. What the hell is this?
Steelers are pointing in Jacksonville's direction. And the officials will sort this one out. Penalty marker along the sideline.
That was a really clever pick play by Jacksonville to Pittsburgh to not allow them to knock him off course.
And now got a personal foul face mask on the offense. All right, 15 yards, probably replay the down. Yeah, 3rd down. rather than having 4th and short, you know, kick field goal here. So if James Pierre is around the ball, they're going to be throwing a flag today. 1 against him, 1 against who's covering there. And now Jacksonville's got a 3rd and 15 or so. From the 36, 3rd and 14. Trevor Lawrence can't fucking hear shit. Which, all right, come on, defense, let's go. Turnover would be nice right here. He can't fucking hear. He cannot hear a damn thing. It must be those little yellow towels. I don't know. 3rd down, they're going to have to call a timeout. Why the fuck wasn't the play clock running? The ball was spotted, now they're going to re-spot it. And now the play clock's running, and he still couldn't fucking hear. And okay, it's 3rd and 21 after the penalty. And it's really raining now. So at the 44, 3, 2, 1, they get it off just barely. He's looking to throw, dumps it off, and they're going to have to kick a long field goal. Be about a 50, 49, 50, 51 yarder. Yeah. So Pittsburgh's a tough place to kick for one. With the weather, though, you know, is there going to be, you know, trouble with the snap and the hold, let alone, you know, with the rain and then, you know, some wind with the kick? So 4th and 9 on the 12th anniversary of 409. McManus's kick, as he played at Temple, I mean, and he would kick bombs in Denver. He's in Jacksonville now. Kicks up and good. So 3-0 Jags, 10:47 to play in the opening quarter. After Pittsburgh went 3 and out, 2 drops by Deontay Johnson. So we'll see if they keep getting on the ball. Trying to, at least. I would hope so. I mean, they got to, I mean, continue to just work the sticks, go downfield, middle of the field more so than not. I mean, seemingly there. But run the damn ball, for one. Start there. You know, you got to be balanced. You got to be consistent. You got to keep it not as basic and as simple as they've had it, but like, just take what the defense gives you. Just move the ball and score some points. So I said, just find a way to win. So refs with 2 penalties. With James Pierre on coverage, 1 against him, 1 against who he was covering once again. They call it a pass interference and a face mask. Jacksonville still gets a field goal out of the drive anyway. It seems like Trevor Lawrence is already getting rattled by the crowd because he can't hear. So we'll see if, you know, later on the defense can make a few plays. It's pressure into turnovers. It's you know, T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, of course, coming off the edge. I mean, like I was just saying there with Montrevious Adams stepping up in place of Cam Hayward, who's on IR, Keanu Benton as well. Just if they can stop the run, make them throw. I mean, if he beats you that way, then okay. But that honestly probably gives you your best chance to win. Because unless they're going to be throwing flags left and right, you know, they might get, you know, not necessarily screwed that way. But yeah, I think if they could stop the run, make them throw. If he beats you that way, once again, okay. But if not, yeah, as these two used to be division rivals before the Texans joined the league, and then there's 32 teams and they reset. But yeah, they both used to be in the Central together, and then of course Jacksonville been in the league almost 30 years now. Pittsburgh been in the league 90 years. But that's what, yeah, these two teams they normally play pretty damn good games against one another. That's what I said. Pittsburgh they've let a couple games go. Jacksonville's had their number of times, but Steelers on the return. It'll be touchbacks to 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line again. But no, defensively, if they can just continue to force pressure and make them just make a few mistakes, you got to capitalize off of them though. You got to make them pay. Defense, winning the game if the offense is going to be shit. So once again, everybody say hi to Matt C. This is Matt C. Whether he's the Matt C who's calling plays or just a regular Matt C, this is Matt C. Still a clown. So we'll see what Pittsburgh draws up here on 1st and 10. And they'll run a toss near side, Najee Harris, and about a yard. So let's see what they do here. But yeah, I mean, it's not like they didn't take their shots on the opening drive. They just couldn't fucking catch. And then, they got the punt, and the defense gives up 3 points. I mean, that's another thing, too. Like, a defense can just hold a 3-3-3, rather than give up touchdowns left and right. And then, they start making stops later, offense gets rolling, then they'll be fine, too. 2nd and 9, handoff on a draw up the middle, Najee Harris for 3. 3rd down and 6 coming up. So we'll see what they do now. I'm telling you, tight ends, man, even with Freiermuth out, they haven't gone to him whatsoever hardly this year. They haven't. Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington, like I said, Ronnie Williams playing well on special teams, but they haven't got him the ball offensively. Went Deontay Johnson twice on the opening drive. He dropped both of them. Probably should have been a scoring drive. You think about it, if he makes those catches, but he didn't. 3rd down, Warren in the ball game. To the left of Pickett, maybe run a screen here. Pickett picked off, and then he dropped it. And him and Deontay Johnson are on the same page right now. Miscommunication. Lucky he didn't get that picked off, because that would have been a pick 6. That's some memories against Jacksonville. Start of overtime, Tommy Maddox threw a pick, and the Jags won the game. 4th and 6, they go 3 and out again. And here's Presley Harvin's blue suede shoes on the punt. So we'll see if he can punt it a little bit better than he did on the opening drive. Jacksonville looking to block it, but he gets it up and away. But yeah, that's a better punt. Now at the 20 on the return, to the 30, to the 33, and finally brought down. So under 10 to play in this opening quarter, 9:23 officially. 1st and 10, Jags up 3-0. On top of the Steelers. They'll take a commercial break, so we'll get back to action here shortly. But yeah, defense going to have to make some fucking stops. I mean, it's nothing new. If they can't, then that's when it turns into a blowout. If they do, just keep it close. Offense gets rolling late. It's a 1-score game. They're you would think, as that's how they've won their game so far this year. Gonna be right there, and Renegade comes on, and the crowd's already into it, as they always are, and it just has a feeling like it's either going to be a blowout, 1-score game. Can't really tell just yet, but if it is a 1-score game, it's going to come down to a turnover in the 4th quarter. And then, like I said, can Pittsburgh capitalize off of it if they need to, unless they already have a lead? But especially in the rain, can you run the football? Well, I mean, they had 2 carries for 4 yards there, and 3 drops by receivers. And on, a total of 2 drives there, it's 2 punts. Nothing to show for just yet. I mean, it's the slow and steady, game plan. If it was a little colder, would be snowing. So, you could say as slow as molasses in the wintertime, even though it's fall. Yesterday in college football, we had our first snow game. We're going to get our first snow game in the NFL today as well, both out in the Rockies, in Mile High with Colorado State, and then the Denver Broncos. So can they, like I said, just keep themselves in this, not let it get out of hand, and just give themselves a chance to, because Jacksonville is a good team. They are. They're 5-2. Pittsburgh's at 4-2. It's week 8. They haven't had their bye yet, where Pittsburgh has. Jacksonville's on a bye next week, I might add. Whereas Pittsburgh They play this Thursday night at home against the Titans, so be sure to tune back in live here on YouTube then for those live watch long reactions. So we got a short week. How do they get through that? Because today's game starts. They have 3 straight home games from now until Veterans Day weekend, and then they go on the road twice to end the month, and then their last home game at 1 o'clock on a Sunday is the first Sunday in December. It's just how the schedule shakes out the rest of the way. They're not going to be at home on a Sunday the rest of the year after that. But 1st and 10, Lawrence goes down on the sack. So take that, you dick. And, oh, shit. Minka Fitzpatrick is down injured, holding his right hamstring. That can't be good. And Levi Wallace is already out. Joey Porter starting for him. So they'll take another commercial break. And, I mean, Jacksonville's going to have a 2nd and 17, but really right now it's, the health and safety of Minka Fitzpatrick. Hopefully he's okay. Never want to see him get hurt. I mean, that's going to be a big blow to the Steeler defense. Because you look at it last year, T.J. Watt was out for the first half of the year. Came back, they finish above 500 with a winning season. He's really the heart and soul of the team, for one. It's his defense. But then you have Cam Hayward in the middle, and you have Minka Fitzpatrick in the back end in the secondary. Cam's out right now, and has been out since week 1, as TJ was last year, and then you get him back, midway point. Because it's week 8, technically 18 weeks now, 17 games. So next week, as the trade deadline's on Tuesday, next week, week 9, begins on Thursday with the Steelers hosting Titans. That's your midway point in the season. So we're halfway there, living on a prayer. But, there's going to be a big blow if Minka goes down and is, out. I mean, he's holding his right hamstring like he pulled it real bad or, I don't want to say tore it, but because you don't want to speculate. We're not doctors. But even though, everybody thinks they're good at this or good at that. But it's like until you hear the actual diagnosis or hear the actual report, you don't want to speculate. Because he seemed in pain. Seemed like he told one of his teammates something. And then they were like, oh, shit, in disbelief. No. So, hopefully he's okay. It's still next man up mentality, though. You have 53 on the active roster, for a reason. Okay, trade deadline still Tuesday, so, I mean, I don't know if they'd make a move if, they knew he'd be out, and if they still, want to boost the defense. I mean, normally they wouldn't, but recently, the past couple years, they've made moves that you never thought they would make. So, be interesting to see if he's going to be okay or if he's going to be hurt. So, non-contact, yeah. His hamstring just fucking popped. And he went to grab it right away. Got up under his own power. He's walking off into the locker room. But after the sack with the injury, it's 2nd and 17, Jacksonville at the 25-yard line. So hopefully he's okay. So more pressure. And Lawrence avoids the sack. And then down he goes to the 35-yard line after a 10-yard scamper. Some trash talk back and forth as they gang tackled him. He should have been sacked right there by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And okay, it was Sullivan and Holcomb with Quan Alexander that looked like on the stop. So 3rd and 7 for Jacksonville here, 8-1-4 and counting to play in the opening quarter from the 35. Can the Steeler defense get off the field? More pressure down the middle. It's caught. as DeMonte Casey jumped the route, as he'll be filling in for Minka in the meantime. He's reliable. He's a good defender. And so they convert. It's caught by Calvin Ridley, who's wearing number 0. So first down, Jacksonville. That's a fucking hold up front, too, I might add. I mean, they're letting them play for the most part, but if it's a clear-cut penalty, I get holding happens on every play, but if it's a clear-cut penalty, call it. But from the 39, 1st and 10. And a handoff, they stuff them, no gain. Holcomb stepped up a linebacker recently, I might add, too. As he was covering John Cena out there a couple times. But, yeah, like I said, it's really fucking raining. It's been like this for, about 12 hours or so now. About midnight last night was when it started raining. And it's been steady since, and it was like heavy downpours this morning. 2nd and 10 from the 39. And they run a screen. TJ Watt has the ball. As they say, incomplete. But he put his hand up, batted it down, so it falls incomplete, rather than a strip sack fumble. And they fucking punched him in the helmet again, too. See if he gets fined for that. But more pressure. They're going to get to him here. I mean, 3rd and 10. Empty set. Come on, defense. And it's complete. And they're going to kick another long 50-yard field goal. They can only get to about the 32, 33-yard line, and that's it. So 4th and short. But yeah, that just, at least Steeler defense has been able to get off the field, no doubt about it. If only the offense could, move the ball a little bit. So, Brandon McManus, another 50-yarder. Kicks up. Kick is good. So that's about 10 fantasy points for him already here, 10 minutes in the game. Jags leads 6-0 on top of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, it's still a one-score game. It could be a hell of a lot worse, at 14, a little than 10-0. It's 6-0. So, take it for what it's worth. Yeah, if only the offense could do something, but man, this defense is special. They are. They're 2 blowouts, gave up as many points they did, and well, the offense could have done something then too. That game, final scores were a hell of a lot closer than came out to be. But yeah, the defense. TJ Watt's getting to him every fucking time. Just got his hand up and batted it down and punched him in the face in the meantime. And except we'll see if he gets fined for that again, because he did a couple weeks ago when they played the Ravens and that happened. He was appealing it though, as he should, because they'll probably settle. And then it's really, as he's coming off the edge, like I said with the run game, if Jacksonville's running it, but if they're not, make them throw. Yeah, if you can settle force field goals all day, okay, just not a lot of them. Eventually you're going to get off the field and have them get nothing. Because then if you still have nothing while you're still down, you'd like to do something offensively, like I was saying. But it's really the middle. Can they get some pressure up the middle with who they have up front of the line and the linebackers? And then, yeah, it sucks Minka just went down, because then in the back end, who's stepping up? Because they're not inexperienced, because they've played football, but they're just, Young at some spots, yeah. A little too inconsistent on, making stops. Because if he picks them apart, then, you're fucked. That's why I was saying, like, if you can stop the run, force him to throw, okay. But then it might also be, well, if you can stop the throw, make them run on you, especially with the weather. You get a running game going yourself. If you can run the football and stop the run, force turnover 2, get some points off of them, you're going to be right there. Just keep it close. 1-score game as it is. Just keep it close. I mean, they need a spark is what they need. They need a good return here on the kickoff for starters, let alone a big offensive play. Maybe take another shot. So Pittsburgh on the return, be another touchback. So first 10 Steelers from 25. But they just need an explosive play. They need to just move the football. All it takes is one spark to start a fire. So just burn them down on defense. We'll see if he's hating football this weekend or not. But it's still early. Still a lot of football to be played. They just can't let this game get out of reach. They got to keep it close. First and 10, Pittsburgh from the 25. Slant Johnson on the reception. Holy shit, he made a catch today after 3 drops. And then he gets 8 yards over the middle, so second and short. So, good to see him back. I mean, he had an impact last week for sure. But really, the reason why the Steelers won last week was they were able to run the football late when they needed to. The defense made their stops that they needed to, make. And then, as they'll hand off to Jalen Warren on 2nd and 2, the bowling ball of a bulldozer that he is gets stuffed, though. No getting to play 3rd down and short. They'll give us an update as Philadelphia and Washington are on Fox Live right now as well. But Atlanta at Tennessee. Titans wearing the old Oilers throwbacks as the Titans will be playing in Pittsburgh on Thursday night. So, 3rd and 2, Allen Robinson in motion. See if they can get a first down here. And they, on 3rd and 2, go deep. And it's incomplete, intended for George Pickens as the defender got a hand up. And Jesus Christ. 4th and 2, you throw it fucking 30 yards downfield. Like, go 5 yards downfield. Get first down. I mean, that's a catch if he doesn't, deflect it. And then the assistant on the sideline still dropped it. So, 4th and 2, yeah, Pittsburgh goes 3 and out for the 3rd straight drive to begin the game, and they'll have to punt again. But, the Rams also missed 2 field goals and an extra point last week and a 7-point, victory for Pittsburgh. So, like I said, then do the math. Because they very well could be 3 and 3, let alone worse than they are. They're 4 and 2. They just, oh my God. They can get 8 yards and that's it total. I mean, that's all the further they've gone on their, 3 and out drives. 8 yards for a 4th and 2 and they still got a punt, Jesus Christ. That's what they rely on the defense way too damn much, man. They do. It's fucking pathetic. It is. It's like some of these play calls I don't get. I mean, I think we've all been there, for how long now with this offense. But then there's other times it's like, all right, like where the fuck has this been? Like keep doing that, like keep fucking running the football. Make them stop you, wear their ass out. I mean, once again, like I said, it's not like they're not taking shots today. They just couldn't fucking catch. And then they finally did, and then they run it, nothing, and then it's incomplete, and they still got to play. Like, it's like they do one good thing, and then that's it. And it's still not enough. It's frustrating. It's like that's what I've been saying. I don't get how they can, be playing like this and think it's okay. Because it's fucking not. It's not. It's just... If only the offense could, do more than, they are and have been. They're somehow still 4 and 2. So I'll take it. But, I mean, If the defense needs to go out and play offense, well, let them. You know, they might actually do something. Because it's always Pittsburgh defensively making stops. And it's like when they don't, it's like, all right, it's just one of those days. But, you know, they're going to have to get off the field. They're going to have to force another kick, you know, let alone next to nothing. You know, maybe get a turnover here. They got to continue to force pressure on Trevor Lawrence. If they can continue to get to him, force a couple of mistakes, you know, get a turnover or two. Or just get some good field. I mean, they started every fucking drive at the 25-yard line, you know. So we'll see how much special teams come into play. But yeah, it's really fucking raining. And now 1st and 10. From the 20. And they hand off to ETN. Holcomb on the tackle after a 5-yard pickup. So, yeah, can they get off the field? And they'll run it again up the middle. That's a hold. That is a fucking hold on 17 and 85. Good God. 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Come on, defense. Because if they give a 1st down and then they're getting worn out and then, you know, Jacksonville's in field goal range, kick it again, roll and score. Yeah, can they get off the field here? I mean, this is probably their best chance. Get the ball back with some decent field position and get a drive going and score. You know, cut the lead, let alone take it. 3rd and 4. Play clock at 5. They'll get it off. ETN blocks as Lawrence gets drilled. And oh my fucking God, how the hell does he get that wide open? Miles Killebrew on the coverage. There is a flag on the play, though. Are they going to get a roughing the passer? Not a hold. As he got fucking decked. He just got speared. Yeah, they say roughing the passer. Boom. Come on. Jesus Christ. As he sort of like stuttered. He didn't pump fake. But then he delivered it. Christian Kirk on the reception. And 1st down Jacksonville with the pass, the penalty. So either way, they move the ball. So yeah, Pittsburgh can't get off the field on 3rd down, other than until they're already in field goal range, which they are here again after the penalty. Son of a bitch. So they'll run a draw, they'll bounce it, and then lower the shoulder and be brought down after about a pick up 6. So 2.5 and counting to play in this first quarter. Jags lead the Steelers 6-0, and they're knocking on the door here again. So you give them 7 officially, 2nd and 3. See what Trevor Lawrence has got here. And that's a hold on 77. Jesus Christ. Thank you. And there's 2 fouls on the play, holding on the offense, and probably, face mask on the defense. So they'll fucking offset. They'll replay the down. Jesus Christ. They can't even luck out on that. Minka's out for the rest of the game with a hamstring injury. And he'll probably be out by the looks of it. You know, don't speculate, but a couple weeks, low on the rest of the season. 2nd and 3. Hope he's okay, though. I hope he comes back. They run a draw. They stuff him. No game play. Actually, lost a yard, 3rd and 4 again coming up. Can they get off the field? Can you force a field goal? So 3rd down, trips far side. And a punt fake over the middle. It's caught. 1st down, Jacksonville in the red zone at the 18. Good God. Didn't give them an 80-yard scoring drive here. To end the quarter. It's been all Jacksonville here early. All Jacksonville. From the 18, 1st and 10, they run a shuffle pass over the middle. Fumble, get on it. Holcomb has it. Steeler ball at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh with 23 seconds to play in the opening quarter. They got to capitalize on it. And he's got grass all throughout his face mask on the recovery. Hopefully they don't say incomplete pass. That's a catch. That's a fumble. Big hit by Alexander and Holcomb from 54 to 55 on the recovery. So you got to score off of this. I'll take a 3. I'll take a field goal if it comes down to it. I would like a 6, though, with a touchdown, okay? Take a 7-6 lead early 2nd quarter. They got to capitalize off of it. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. You got to make them fucking pay for their mistakes. So, I mean, you'll get one play here for the end of the quarter. They'll probably run it up the middle. Just don't do anything stupid yourself. They run an end around, and Calvin Austin goes nowhere. Jesus Christ. Matt C., what the fuck was that? Seriously, man. 2nd down to begin the 2nd quarter. Pittsburgh's down 6-0. So we'll see if they can do anything off the turnover or not. They're +6 in turnover margin this season. Tied 2nd in the league, which is honestly a little surprising. To be honest with you, but it's true. But yeah, I knew one play at 10 in the quarter. I mean, end around though. I mean, they just fucking love running that in the fucking, worst case scenarios, positions that they're in. I don't know if he thinks about shit before he says it. But they just got to execute, I mean, they went deep a couple times. They couldn't execute. You got to find a running game, because if they can't do anything off this, turnover, defense right back out there again. That's the thing. They need to go on a decent drive, because defense been on the fucking field the whole entire game thus far. I mean, they have had 3 drives, all been 3 and out. Jacksonville has 6 points on 2 field goals. Their drive there just resulted in a fumble. So it's Pittsburgh ball, 2nd and 10 now to begin the 2nd quarter. So, yeah, we'll see if they can score. Like I said, I'll take a field goal, cut the lead. I'd like a touchdown, though, to take the lead, because it's going to get to the point here soon. It's always early, mid-2nd quarter somewhere they finally wake the hell up, they finally do something, and then, you know, especially if it's a one-score game, they have a with just overall momentum, rhythm, you know, they have a reason to go out and just find a way to win, you know, because that's, I guess for them, sometimes that's what it takes, because it's like, if they don't have a fucking reason to do anything, they're not doing anything. That's just how they play. So if they can get that momentum and rhythm, you know, coming out of halftime, whether they have it or not going into halftime, if they can get it somewhere in the second half and they're still in, you know, reach for, you know, making a play and just finding a way to win, then, you know, they're there. So 2nd and 10 from the 29 to begin the second quarter. So can they capitalize off the turnover? Screen complete near side. Najee Harris fighting his way through a couple tacklers, and he gets about 4 yards. So 3rd down again. Can you get a first down? I mean, shit. Just get a first down and then go from there, for God's sakes. Third and 7 officially, they say. Telling you, tight ends down the middle of the field. Warren in motion, far side. And he throws it to him, but he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. So, oh my fucking God. 4th down, no punt. How's that not a roughing the passer? You threw a roughing the passer on something less than that, and then no flag on that. That's the thing. I don't have a problem with the flags unless, you know, you're not calling it down the middle. Steelers punt. And a return by Jacksonville out past the 30. 35 to the 37. And they can't do anything off the turnover. They'll take a break. 13:35 to play in the half. Jacksonville leads Pittsburgh 6-0. God, the Steelers might need fucking CM Punk to show up and, you know, have Tony Khan, you know, be scared for his life. Just to find a way to come back and win this game, for God's sakes. I mean, good fucking God, guys. Do fucking something on offense. It's once again that meme, poking a stick. Come on, do something. 4 3-and-outs to begin the game. They have not got a first down. I feel bad for this defense. I do. Fucking pathetic. They rely on them way too damn much when they don't need to. I mean, you want to, yeah, but not as much as they do. It's pathetic. That's what I said. You might as well have the fucking defense just be out there the whole entire game. Have them play offense, defense as they are, and fucking special teams. Wonder who the kicker would be. Probably still Boswell because he's damn good, but just, it's pathetic. Like I've said the past couple weeks, for Penn State football, I don't know if Mike Gersich or Matt Canada is calling the plays. Let alone now for the Steelers, vice versa. You know? I mean, it's like fucking Dumb and Dumber. Like, it just blows my mind. They think they can be playing like this and it's okay. Because we know as much as they do, it's not. It's just, and that's what makes it frustrating. When you know it can be better, but it's just gonna stay the way it is. Because they don't feel like fucking, you know, doing anything. Until they do, and then, okay, it gets better. But then, you know, because they still, believe me, have a lot to work on. I mean, this is just the max total of yards they've gotten on any of their 4 3-and-out drives. Once again, is 8 yards with a 2 yard to go for a first down, and they can't even get that. So this defense just gonna have to fucking win them the game. 1st and 10, Jacksonville after, hey, you guessed it, yeah, another Steeler punt from the 37. And Lawrence rolls out far side. They say catch, okay. 2nd and short. So, yeah, can the defense make stops? Can they get off the field? Can they force field goals? Can they, you know, force them to nothing? You can't, like I said, they're lucking out. I mean, it could be a hell of a lot worse. They're only down 6. They probably should be down, 14 or 10. And then if they're still not doing anything, defense still ain't making stops, and they're giving up touchdowns, I mean, they're just going to get blown out. And then that's just the typical blowout loss for them this year, because the 4 wins, once again, are all one score. 1st and 10 after a run up the middle. So, hey, they can get first downs. They can move the ball. Why the hell can't you? You know? Like, they've had their chances. But 1st and 10, Jacksonville. And they'll run it. And about a yard or 2. So Jacksonville played at Philadelphia last year. It was in the pouring rain. They're playing at Pittsburgh today. Same thing. But they're good. They are. I mean, and they're for the most part playing like your typical, old school Steeler football, with a running game and play action. Lawrence down the middle. Turn the fuck around, Joey Porter. Or Chandler Sullivan, 34, not 24, excuse me. We are Penn State still. I mean, turn the hell around. You bat the ball down or at least pick it off. And then KZ on the tackle. Calvin Ridley again on the reception. Will somebody cover his ass? They couldn't cover Puka last week. Almost had 200 yards receiving, and they finally cracked down in the second half and stopped them. And then, got a running game going and found a way to win. But turn around. 1st and 10 from the 18. They're knocking on the door again. No, but yeah, Jacksonville, it's the run game, it's the play action, it's good defense. They'll hand off there. ETN inside the 10 down to the 6. Good God. Just good God. I mean, it's not like Jacksonville doesn't know how to play in the rain. It rains every fucking day in Florida. 1st and goal. Lawrence fakes the give. Back of the end zone. It's picked off. KZ on the interception. Take a fucking knee. It's a touchback. 1st and 10 of the 20, not the 2-yard line. Now you have bad field position. Now watch the offense won't be able to do anything, and they'll get a short field after another Steeler punt, and then they'll fucking score. So they get another turnover. We'll see if they can get it, though. We'll see where they spot the ball. But KZ in for Minka. Be 1st and 10 Steelers. But yeah, we'll see if they can, do anything off of it again. They cut it off the fumble. What about the interception? Eventually, push comes to shove. You got to do something. You got to make them pay for their mistakes. You got to drive and score. And guess what? Jacksonville's going to get the ball back to begin the second half, too, I might add. So you don't do something now, you're still down. Then they get rolling a little bit better, and you're still not doing a damn thing. Game's fucking over. You know, like, you've had your chances. They got to score off of this. I mean, shit, they get a field goal off the fumble, get a field goal off of this. You're still tied at 6 if you hold the rest of the way. You know, if you get a touchdown and a field goal, you're up 4. If you get 2 touchdowns, you're up 8. If you get nothing, well, then you're still down 6 as they are. You know, but they got to do something. You know, I mean, I'd like a touchdown again. I'll take a field goal, but I'd like a touchdown to go up 7-6 here. But, you know, they're going to have a ways to go because of, you know, just stupidity. They're not thinking after the interception. I get in the moment, you know, you're going to want to return it, but it's better off to take a touchback, and it's, you know, 1st and 10 at the 20 rather than, you know, on the return, and then you step out of bounds, fucking 2-yard line. That's probably where it's going to be spotted at, 1st and 10 Steelers at 2. And then they'll have 98 yards to go for pay dirt, but just, good God. They're bending, but they're not breaking just yet on defense, okay? They're still in a good spot because it's early and there's still a lot of football to be played. They just got a lot to clean up. If they can fix their mistakes, if they can just overall get something going offensively, defense still playing the way they are, they're just going to be A-okay. They'll be fine, okay? So, yeah, it's going to be Pittsburgh ball about 2-yard line, it looks like. So after the interception, Pittsburgh ball 1st and 10 at the 2-yard line because he didn't want to take a touchback on the return. So can they get, you know, some breathing room here and run the football? Handoff to Najee Harris, maybe a yard. 2nd down. 10 and change to play in the first half. They trailed by 6-0. Yeah, he completely underthrew the interception. He should have just threw it out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. You know, you live the play on it down. And then they jumped around and picked it off. So it is what it is, especially on the return. 2nd and 9. Pickett looking to throw. Kenny's pass complete to Deontay Johnson, far side. 1st down. Steelers for the first time all afternoon. Took them to 9:33 to play in the first half, but 1st down, they moved the ball. Good God. I mean, now you got to continue to roll. I mean, like I said, all you need is a spark. They got a fumble. Couldn't do anything with it. Jacksonville throws an interception. They get a 1st down. Screen goes black on CBS. We're back. And, you know, can they keep it moving? 1st and 10 at the 15. And Pickett down the middle on the deep ball. Incomplete intended for Calvin Austin. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what that is. Looks like it's going to be against Jacksonville, so they're now starting to call it down the middle. We'll see if it's a spot foul or just an automatic 15 for a 1st down. Yeah, it's a spot foul about midfield, so that's a big penalty. It's a 40-yard foul. We'll say 30-35. They'll probably mark the ball about the 40, 43, 45-yard line. But 1st and 10 Steelers. So can they keep it moving once again? Can they keep going? Can they roll and cash in? 1st and 10. And the ball will be spotted at the 47. Okay. Handoff Warren up the middle. He spins. And he'll bulldoze for 3. 2nd and 7 at midfield. Take another shot. I mean, once again, it's not like they haven't taken their shots today. They just haven't been able to execute. They get the penalty there, but take another shot. Go down either the near or far sideline because they've worked the middle of the field. And now they're trying to run the football. They'll run an end around near side. Calvin Austin turned on the jet, so he gets a first down at the 40. All right. They get another first down on this drive. Hell freeze over? Holy shit, hallelujah. 1st and 10. Good block by Pickens, but he also made a man miss and then, shuffled and then got pushed out of bounds. But, which way am I going? I'm going this way. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. Trips in a bunch, top of your screen. No motion, wash into the block. Top of the line, fake the give. And Pickett going to step up. Far side is complete. Deontay Johnson, the 24. KP, 8-ball, could have very well took off and ran with it. Probably got a first down if he wanted, but, he has a man open, so he's going to throw him the ball, and, they'll get another first down. I mean, shit, that's 3 first downs on this drive. 4 technically with the penalty, but now they're starting to roll. You just got to keep at it, one thing at a time. Can they keep it up? Nothing stupid. Don't be turning the ball over in the red zone like Jacksonville just did. This is their first play now. Make it second play in Jacksonville Jaguar territory. And Warren up the middle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. So another update. What do we got? As the scores tick across the bottom. Miami going old school with a lead on top of New England. And Washington's beating Philadelphia right now, too. So, 2nd and 9 for Pittsburgh. Knocking on the door. See what they do here. From the 23. Fake the give to Naj. Roll out far side. Complete. Deontay Johnson. All right. After a few drops early, they've continued to go to him, and he's making all these catches now. So it's good to have him back. 3rd down. I mean, he probably has. I mean, think about it, shit. At this rate now, close to 30, maybe 40 yards receiving. If not more. They just got to get a running game going. Can they run the football? 3rd and 3, and they'll work out of an empty set, but Najee comes into the backfield to block. To the left to Pickett. And they'll throw it near side. Caught. Deontay Johnson again. The 18. KP to DJ. Making noise. 1st and goal. Let's punch it in. That's another Steeler first down. You got to score. You can't settle for 3 now. You got to score a fucking touchdown. And if it still comes down to it, take the points. But you got to score a touchdown here, man. I'm telling you, tight ends, Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington, Rodney Williams, where the hell are you? Wouldn't be surprised they go to Pickens or Allen Robinson either. Hand off to Naj. Yeah, run it. 5-yard line he goes. 2nd and goal. Just nothing stupid. Watch them get down the 1-yard line. They'll run another fucking end around. 5:10 and counting to play in the half. They got a 2nd goal at the 5. Down 6-0. So can they capitalize off the interception and go 98 yards and score and take a lead before halftime? Talk about momentum. Talk about a swing. Pickett in the gun. 2nd goal, Pittsburgh out of the 5. They'll run a shuffle over the middle. Connor Hayward, nothing. No gain on the play. All right. Get tight end involved, but, I mean, shuffle pass like that, I don't know. 3rd and goal from the 5. So, son of a bitch. Because, I mean, if they don't punch it in here, what do? Go for it? Kick the field goal? I mean, you probably want to take the points. I mean, you're down. This is the best drive. You want to get something out of it. 3rd and goal. Can they punch it in? Empty set. Watch a quarterback draw. They'll probably throw a fucking fade. And over the middle, oh, he slipped because of the rain. Deontay Johnson, he had him. And here comes Boswell for a chip shot. This will be about a 22, 23 yarder. Yeah, he had him over the middle on a slant, and then the pass was behind for one, and then he slipped, and it fell incomplete. Luckily, there's nobody behind to pick it off, so it falls incomplete. And Pittsburgh goes 98 yards and has to kick a 22-yard field goal. And the kick's up and good, so it's 6-3 with 3:59 to play in the half. Both teams with 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to come. So we'll see what happens here before halftime. Jacksonville gets the ball to begin the second half, I might add, because they won the toss, deferred their option in the second half, and kicked off to begin the game. So we get the ball to begin the third quarter. But at least they got some points out of that. I mean, would have loved the touchdown. That should have been a touchdown drive. I mean, like I said, the opening drive, you think about it, probably should have been a scoring drive as well if they were able to make the catches. But then they have the drops. They go on 4 straight 3-and-outs. Even with a fumble earlier, couldn't capitalize on it. Get the interception, go 98, and get a field goal. So it's 6-3 here, 3:59 to play in the half. We'll pull up some stats here in a minute, but at least they got something out of that. I'll take it. You know, they have some signs of life to show for it. I mean, shit, they got as many first downs on that drive as, you know, as many drives as they've had so far total in this game. They were able to move the football. They were balanced. They were consistent. They were able to just, you know, move the football. So, you know, make them bend and then break on defense. Whereas offensively and defensively, then for you, you want to keep moving it, put the pressure on them, but then, you know, you want to bend but not break. We'll see about special teams. I mean, 9 points, and all of them have been field goals. 2 by Jacksonville, 1 by Pittsburgh. I mean, hell could be a hell of a lot worse, too, I might add. I mean, they could have 2 touchdowns, could have a combination of both. You know, they have the 2 field goals, though, so, you know, they're still right there in it. Can they just make a few stops? A few more stops, you know, when they need to defensively. And then the offense plays like the way they just played on that drive and drives and scores, then okay. Like, they can't have that one good drive and then not have another good drive until the end of the game, which I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, happens, just because I've seen it too many times. But yeah, they just need to, they have momentum on their side, they need to keep it. Because last week, remember, they had momentum, they let it slip. How many times? Like 3 or 4. And then they finally kept it in the fourth quarter with the running game. They need to find a running game. They can run the football, stop the run as they already have for the most part, force the throw, pressure into more turnovers, capitalize off turnovers. You know, as there's Jack Skeleton, they'll be fine. So, just find a way to win. Keep it close. 1-score game. You know, they win. That's how they've won their 4 games so far this year. 2 losses have been blowouts, so there's no in between. They can find that middle ground, like I said, though. Okay, but return from the 15 after a wobbly kick. And a decent return out past 35 in front of the Steeler offense on the sideline. So, 1st and 10, Jacksonville, 3:54 to play in the half. Both teams with 3 timeouts and 2-minute warning. Yeah, he fucking slipped and fell on the kickoff. That's why the kick was the way it was. So, see if defense can make a stop for him. 1st and 10. 6-3, 3:54 to play in the half. 1st and 10, Jags. And out of the empty, it'll pass complete near side. Calvin Ridley again with Holcomb on the tackle. Can you force a field goal, if anything? You know, a touchdown to go back, you know, down. A score, really be 2 scores, it'd be 10, it'd be double digits. 13-3, if you can hold 9-3, you know, here before halftime. Hold them 12-3 if nothing, you know, early third quarter, like, because Jacksonville could double dip here. You know, they could get, you know, a total of course, max of 14, which would make it what? Yeah, a 3-score game at 20-3. Pressure's on Pittsburgh in the second half. They'd have to score on a couple straight drives to get back in it, let alone, okay, minimum of, 0, hold them, but, really like 3 or 6, let alone 10. So you're looking at 6, 9, 12, 13 to, 20-3 potentially if they, do just that and score, twice here before halftime in early third quarter. Because then Pittsburgh is just not going to be on the field. And then when they are, the one drive that should have been a touchdown is a field goal drive because all the other drives are, punts. So, look at that math rate. 2nd and 7 from the 44. And game clock and play clock synced up, and this will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Take that back because the pass over the middle was incomplete, so we'll have to snap it once more. 3rd and 7 with 2:03 to play here in this first half. So can they get off the field? You still got the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. That's 4. If you can get off the field here on 3rd down, get the ball back, go do something yourself before halftime. Whether it's another field goal to tie it at 6, take the lead. Okay, whole new ball game come the second half then. This is a big play. 3rd and 7, 2:03 to play in the first half. Can the defense get off the field? Don't give up 8 yards. And over the middle, it's caught. And there's a flag in the secondary as he's brought down short of the line to gain. 4th and 4 coming up, but flag comes in from behind, so it's probably going to be against the Pittsburgh defense on a hold or an illegal contact, and automatic first down. Jacksonville keeps the ball at the 2-minute warning with $1:57 officially to play. Yeah, holding on the defense. 5 yards till automatic first down. Jesus fucking Christ. And yeah, timeout for 2-minute warning with 1:57 officially to play. And they got off the field there if there's no penalty because they stopped them before the line. They shoot themselves in the foot. So can they, even with their timeouts, just get off the field here before halftime and make a stop? Hold them to nothing, let alone a field goal. You can't give them a touchdown because then the pressure's on your ass in the second half to do something. Because they, like I said, be down 10 if not more, mid-third quarter. So 6-3, 2-minute warning. They're right there. They're so close. They just, when they can't get off the field because of this or that. It's frustrating, with the penalties. Just luckily they haven't turned it over themselves yet. 2 turnovers though by Jacksonville leading to 3 Steeler points. Probably should be at least 6 points. You have to tie a game if not more, but oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, that's where we stand. I'll leave it at that and get back to the action here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go, Lions here. Let's go, Corona. Subway presents
So 1st and 10, Jags after the penalty at the 4-yard line. And fake the give. They run a screen. Probably should have been a sack. Probably should have been a drop. There's a hold by 69, but they get a first down. Good God.
ETN picks up 11 on the catch and run. And this was set up by Press Taylor, the offensive coordinator, Doug Peterson, the head coach, by personnel look. Extra tight ends in the game. Tim Jones, backup wide receiver. None of their frontline personnel. It just screamed run. Everything about it said this is a running play. And if they can get the screen,
Who the hell names their kid Press?
nice design, nice setup. Press Taylor now in his second year of the championship.
1st and 10 from the 28.
ETN gets the carry.
About a 5-yard pickup up the middle. 2nd down.
So we got to find out at some point who are best. Who are best? We'll wait for Us Magazine. We're going to find out. Someone wants to know.
2nd and 6 and a whistle. Jacksonville with a timeout. Buck 14 to play in the half. Leading 6-3. And they'll take a split screen commercial break. All right. Mahomes and Motto.
Just imagine Mahomes and Mahomes. That's my little league, baby.
Man, why can't Patrick change his name? It could be Kelsey, and Kelsey, how much you can save by bundling home and auto. Yeah. You make the letters smaller.
Travis Kelce's new last name's going to be Swift if he fucking wants to be your bitch. But after the timeout, Jacksonville 1st and 10. With a 3.63 lead here, they reset the clock to Buck 17 to play. So, make it 2nd and 6. And out of the empty pass, complete for about 3 yards. Neal on the stop. So another timeout. 3rd and 2 coming up. And Pittsburgh with the timeout. So they're going to try to stop the clock here and get the ball back, it looks like, if they can hold them. 1:10 on the clock now, all right.
Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB in the game. Latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. You're a Jordan never ceases to be a Jordan. Allen played quarterback at Bloomsburg in Pennsylvania Division II.
Yeah, Robert Riley had Slippery Rock on the schedule. Yeah. East Brownsburg. Respect. No doubt about it. If I go ahead and tell you the Milligan Bill, who knows?
Ian Eagle and Charles Davis having some fun in the booth, but 3rd and 2 coming up here for Jacksonville. Come on, defense. What do you got? Can you force a field goal? Bubble screen near side. They stuff them. No gain on the play. 4th down. Timeout. Timeout. Thank you. Yes. 1:06 to play. They'll have a timeout. Forcing a field goal. Potentially down 9-3 unless he misses. It's still 6-3 unless they run a fake and score. So watch for a fake, especially on 4th and 2. Unless they go for it rather than kick it. They're going to kick it, looks like. But Pittsburgh's going to get the ball back with a timeout and about a minute to work with to potentially drive and score and get some more points on the board before halftime. So, talk about a long 4 minutes. Yeah, don't jump off sides either. Do not jump off sides. And watch a fake. So 38-yard field goal, they say. He's already good from 50 twice today. High snap, and kick's good. 9-3 Jacksonville with 1:04 to play in the half. Steelers getting the ball back with a timeout. Drive and score. I'll take another field goal. You're down 9-6. Maybe get your other 9, early third quarter or so. Touchdown would be nice, though. Take a lead. I mean, it's boiling. They're right there. I mean, they have momentum on their side. They should have had a scoring drive, I thought, early. Opening drive if they would have caught those balls, but they dropped them. They had to punt. They had 4 straight 3-and-outs. Then they get a interception and kick field goal. As they're down 9-3, they've given up 3 field goals, Jacksonville. That could be 3 touchdowns too, or anywhere in between. So they're lucky to only be down 6. It's still a 1-score game, 9-3, no doubt about it. But 1:04 and a timeout to go the length as they went 98, and got a field goal. You should be able to do that again. Get another field goal if you can. Like I said, it's 9-6. Get your other 9 then later. But touchdown would be nice, so then take the lead. And Pittsburgh will return it from about a 4-yard deep in the end zone and out past the 30 to the 32 he goes. So a good decision to return it. All right. A little interesting decision there, no doubt about it. But they now got less than a minute and a timeout to work with. So, 59 seconds officially. 1st and 10 of the 32. Can they get in Boswell field goal range? Pickett out of the gun, looking to throw. Complete. Connor Hayward. They finally go to the tight end. Thank you. Down the middle of the field, and he gets a first down. Gotta go. Gotta go. Clock's running. They say 2nd and inches. They finally snap it at 41 seconds. Pickett rolls out. And a pass on a comeback, far side. They say catch. But did they blow it dead? Was there a late whistle? They say catch at midfield. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. There is a flag on the play, though. I thought they blew that dead. Prior to the pass, got a hold on the defense. Penalties decline to the first down. So first down, Steelers. Boswell lacing them up. Remember, he slipped and fell on the kickoff after the field goal they had. So field conditions aren't that great. Players are slipping and sliding all around because of how much it's rained. Trips in a bunch near side, 1st and 10 from the 49. And Pickett going to step up in the pocket, tuck it and run. Yeah, smart. And he'll get a first down as he slides on the and now there's some pushing and shoving. What the hell is this for? So, yeah. Offensive line standing up for him as he ran out of bounds, but he slipped on the mat they have on the sideline. He didn't get pushed out of bounds, even though he sort of did. But 10 yards when first time he got out of bounds. Guess what? Clock stops. Because just imagine if that happens, and he stays in bounds. Clock's still fucking running. They have a timeout you had to work with, but then you might get a play or two. So from the 39, 2nd and a yard. And now the spots under further review. So, yeah, he easily got the first down there. Yeah, that's a first down. And he's out of bounds as the fumble occurs. So, that's a first down. Yeah. That's a first down right there at the 38-yard line rather than the 39-yard line. So the call on the field, the Steelers are short of the line to gain. They have to find an bit of evidence to return it. They should have that. That's a first down, Pittsburgh. Yeah, right there, first down 38, and they marked them just short at the 39, let alone the 40, when he easily got that extra yard and a half, 2 yards. So, previous plays under further review. They're going to look at it, think about it. Hopefully they tell us something good. But you got that, Matt? You have one timeout. 27 seconds. That's what Tomlin's telling Matt Canada up in the booth. As Michael Myers has made an appearance at this football game as well, as Washington leads Philadelphia at halftime. So, Gene Steratore, Yinzer, former referee, giving his 2 cents, as he's the CBS Rolls analyst. That's a first down. After review, fumbled it forward out of bounds. 38-yard line, still first down, yeah. Why is there a 10-second runoff? So Steelers not taking the time out. Why is there a 10-second runoff? Still, why is there a 10-second runoff? All right, they say with a dead ball fumble, there's a 10-second runoff on that under 2 minutes. And it was 28 seconds, not 27 seconds. So even with a 10-second runoff, it's 18 seconds now, first and 10. They got a timeout, 38-yard line. And 30 seconds on the play clock. All right. And the clock's going to run when they blow the whistle. Yeah, there they go. On the snap. Pickett going to throw it. Screen incomplete. No. No, and he's hurt. Deflected. Incomplete. He's hurt. He's holding his shoulder. You could hear him yell from here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Kenny Pickett's hurt at midfield. Well, Mitch, you better get fucking warmed up because you're going in. Refs, you suck. Yeah, all that didn't need to happen. And Kenny Pickett on the screen. Yeah, where's the late hit on that? Fucking driving his ass into the ground and no flag. Yeah, there's a personal foul, unnecessary roughness called on the Steelers' defense against Jacksonville when it was less than that once again. And he gets hurt on it too. That is a blown, blatant missed call. And you wonder why, we bitch about the officiating. That is the perfect reason right there. Example, as he's hurt. And his shoulder pad ripped through his jersey. That's how, big of a hit it was. That's legal 50 years ago. Nowadays, it's not. I mean, yeah, you let them play, but when you're not calling it down the middle, that's where the problem is. And Trubisky has to come in now at quarterback. 2nd and 10 for the Steelers as Kenny Pickett goes into the locker room early to get looked at before halftime. Hopefully he's okay. Of course, Minka Fitzpatrick already went down with injury earlier. Trubisky, 2nd and 10, going to roll out. Steelers, of course, had to burn their timeout because of the injury, so they have no timeouts left. He throws it deep, incomplete at the 5-yard line. Now they got 6 seconds. And, I mean, shit, now they can't even fucking kick a field goal because of that. Well, if they're going to trot him on to attempt a field goal, it's going to be long. This is probably going to be from like 60. Ball is at the It's a 58-yarder. 55-yarder, excuse me. 55-yard field goal. And the kick to end the half will be up and good. So 9-6. Maybe they get that other 9 early third quarter to tie it if they can hold defensively. Hopefully Kenny Pickett's okay. With 2 seconds to play. Oh, of course, there's another fucking flag on the play. What's new? Jesus Christ.
Jaguars players were celebrating on what must have been an initial reaction to what the officials were seeing.
Refs, you suck chant from the crowd, and rightfully so. Like, get this game under fucking control. Make up your fucking mind. And call it down the damn middle. Here's the rolling. Offside on the Steelers on a field goal? 5 yards, replay the down. Are you making shit up on the fly now? You gotta be fucking joking. And Tomlin's ripping into the ref. Whether she's a fucking woman or not. Let her fucking hear it. Jesus fucking Christ. You gotta be joking right now. Now he's got to attempt a 60-yard field goal. Well, still fucking make it here. Get the last laugh at the end of the day here and say fuck you and find a way to win this game. So here's a 60-yard field goal to end the half now. Jacksonville has 2 timeouts. They can ice them if they want to. 61-yarder officially, they say. Kicks up, and it's no good. Wide right. You gotta be joking. Oh, my God. And this game is going to get chippy in the second half, believe me. As Tomlin's still talking with the refs. How about pull Bill Cowher, get a fucking fax on the sideline, and shove it into their pocket, for God's sakes? I mean, come on. You don't throw the penalty on a late hit that you called a penalty on a late hit against Pittsburgh earlier when it really wasn't, but that one for sure definitely was, but you don't call it then. It's like, call it down the damn middle. And then you call an offside on the kicking unit for a field goal. When in God's green earth has that ever been called before? It's always offside on the defense. And then especially on a 55-yard field goal with how long of a kick it is, he made it, but no, there's the penalty. Make him re-kick, and then it's, no good. They got to feed off of this crowd. They got to feed off the screwiness momentum that's going on in this game right now, in the second half, to find a way to win. Like I said, I don't have a problem with officiating, but if it's not called down the middle, that's the problem. Like, they're flat out getting fucked right now. They are. They're not playing that great, but they're still getting fucked. Like, they should have came out with points on that drive. Like, that is a penalty on the roughing the passer. No flag. Yet there's a penalty called for roughing the passer against Steeler defense earlier when it was even as bad as that one. It's like, call it down the damn middle. I don't even know where to fucking start, let alone go from here. That's piss poor. That is pathetic by the officials. The NFL should be fucking ashamed that they have this crew, let alone all the refs in the league, making calls like this or not making calls like this left and right, and they think it's okay that there's nothing fucking wrong with it. No. But you got to play through it. Here's the highlights. See what Bill Cowher has to say. It's 9-3 at halftime. Jacksonville on top of the Steelers. Jacksonville has 2 turnovers. Steelers have 3 points off those 2 turnovers. Really should be 6. Think about it. Okay, maybe even, tie game now at 9, with that field goal before halftime. But then no, it gets called off as well. Penalties. And I don't even think they're shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. They're just getting screwed over by penalties. Like, just... my God. You got to play through it. You got to say, fuck it. Hopefully Minkah Fitzpatrick's okay. He's out for the rest of the game. But then hopefully Kenny Pickett's okay too. As he got drove into the ground on a missed call for a roughing the passer right before halftime. I don't even remember what fucking happened on that play. I don't. Steelers still got to find a running game. No doubt about it. Especially if Trubisky's coming in. And especially in a one-score game, you got to continue to run the football. You can't abandon it. But he got leveled. He got drilled. They throw the flag. Threw the flag earlier. Didn't throw the flag on that one when they should have. And then because of the injury, because remember the play before was he was pushed out of bounds, and okay, they looked at it, 10-second runoff, and we were wondering, what was up with that, and got that explanation, and, so on and so forth. And then the very next play, I don't even remember what happened on that play, though. You can rewind it and look. Don't want to relive that, though, right now. And then he gets hit. And then they, have to burn their third and final timeout because of the injury under 2 minutes. Trubisky comes in. They throw it deep. Probably should have ran a better play there, get a little closer in field goal range. But incomplete, kick the field goal, it's good. And then you have the penalty on the offside, which, what the fuck? That has never been called before. An offside on the special teams unit for a field goal. I mean, what the fuck? And then he misses the field goal after the fact, and then we had halftime. So, yeah, a crazy sequence, a crazy ending to the first half, to say the least. It's 9-3. It's still for the taking. It's still... early as it's halftime. Still a lot of football to be played. Pittsburgh's had their chances. They're going to get more chances. They got to play through this. It's the defense that, like I said at the start, especially if the offense is playing the way they're playing, which they are. Had one good drive for a field goal. Probably should have another scoring drive, let alone, you have a scoring drive there before halftime too. Who knows what the score is. But, defense to win them the game. This is just old school smash mouth football, and it's going to get chippy. Yeah, the Steelers have been a second half team, so we'll see how they play in the second half. But it's going to get chippy. And we'll see how the refs handle it. I think Jacksonville, with the con saying, bring it, the Steelers need to be the demands and put the foot down and say the Jags are a pissant team. That's just asinine. Blows my mind that they want to call the game the way they are with the officiating. No doubt about it. Pittsburgh's not playing that great offensively still. Defense is going to have to make them stops and, find a way to win it. But they have momentum, and the thing is, they're at home, and it's more pressure. It's more turnovers. You got to make them pay. This is getting personal at this rate. It is. you got to make them fucking pay for their mistakes. You got to make the refs pay for their mistakes. You just, if they want it bad enough, they're going to go out and win this game. If they come up short, well, you can still say they wanted it, but they didn't want it bad enough. And it's just what it is at the end of the day then. Just, we'll see, how the second half plays out. That's just, Tomlin's going to keep his mouth shut about it after the game. I can guarantee you that. Because if he says a peep about it, let alone any of the players, they're getting fined by the league. But that's just the no fun league with Roger Goodell as the commissioner, and they just fucking extended him, all because of the money, because they're making ground and this and that. Well, you're taking away from the actual fucking game, from the sport itself, But then when there's, whatever you want to call it, tension or just drama in general, then, well, boom, they're already leading. Everybody wants to talk about ratings. They're already leading in that category. Everybody watches football, all day, every day, every fucking weekend of the whole entire season as it is. But you want to tune in then to see, what the hell's going to happen then. Like, it's just, Roger Goodell is a good con man. And we got the cons taking on another con, and the Steelers general manager, who has put this team together. And now with, Kenny Pickett, we'll see what the status of the 8 ball is. See if Pittsburgh can, with or without him, sink the Jags and call game. Here in a couple short hours. But just if he's okay to go out and play, then all right. And he's probably saying, I'm fine. I'm playing through it. Well, first off, can he even throw a football with a right shoulder injury? Okay? Because it's a long season. And if the defense at this rate can find a way to win it for you, then okay. But if he comes back in, he comes back in. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's where we're at with that. We'll see. But then if it ain't Kenny Pickett, well, it'll be Mitch Trubisky. And then if something happens to him, it's Mason Rudolph, who's inactive, but with the new role in the NFL this year, the third string quarterback has to be inactive on game day unless you want him active. But then he's the emergency third string quarterback. He can dress, and then he can only play if the first two quarterbacks get hurt, and then he's able to go in. Versus before, they would never even dress. And then if something happened, you'd have to go to your emergency quarterback, which would be, say, a Wildcat or, whether it be just a flat-out running back, wide receiver, tight end, or, some teams have used their kickers and punters before. Yeah, I guess that's where we're at. We'll see. We'll see how the second half turns out, but then we'll see who is playing quarterback. But either way, still got to find a running game. They got to run Najee Harris. They got to run Jalen Warren. They got to grab the bull by the horns because it's there, and they got to take advantage of this with getting screwed over, and just find a way to win this game and get the last laugh. It's time to put up or shut up. Put your money where your mouth is, and just put them in their fucking place, and make them pay. Put them down like a dog, put them down like a jaguar. Run all over their ass, okay? Like cheetahs, like lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I can't remember the last time a first half ended the way it just did too. Like, that's just, there's no excuse for any of that to fucking happen. but the refs let it happen. You know, and Tomlin's letting them hear it. Yeah, rightfully so. Lip reader, go ahead. You know, I know, we all know what he said. You know, but man, just. And remember, Jacksonville's getting the ball to begin the second half too. So this defense gonna have to make some stops. They've been out there for the most part the whole entire game. The offense had 4 3-and-outs, you know, had a field goal drive, and then they get the ball back with a minute, and then everything that just happened before halftime happened. And the rain's continuing to fall, so they got to play through the weather too. It's 9-3 entering the second half. They got to run the football and play defense, and they're still waiting on word on Kenny Pickett. So, just find a way to win this game and put them in their fucking place. Touchback on the kick. So 1st and 10, Jacksonville from the 25. Kenny Pickett still being evaluated. So nothing yet. Midsection rather than his right shoulder. So maybe a rib injury rather than a right shoulder injury. There's Kenny Pickett back on the sideline. Helmet on. He seems okay. But 1st and 10, Jacksonville, pass complete. And Holcomb on the tackle. 8, maybe 9 yards on the reception. 2nd and short. Yeah, just tell him to get the hell out. Find a way to win this game. They say 2nd and 2. Come on, defense. What do you got? Let's go. And 1st down run. So, as we blow gaskets, we've simmered for the time being. We'll see how the second half plays out. But just, man, just. We'll see if they can take control, you know. Because if not and they let it slip, well then, you know, shame on them. So 1st and 10. Empty set. And a completion to the 41. 2nd down. And on 2nd and 5, pass complete at midfield near side. Yep. That's catch. And near side for about a yard. Kirk on the target. 2nd down with Count O'Neill on the coverage. He's stepping up with Mink out in the secondary, it looks like, now too. So it's the thing. Even with, you know, injuries, you play through it. You play through the adversity. And you figure it out. It's one thing at a time. And at the end of the day, it'll be all right. As long as you win. But a handoff goes for another 1st down. Son of a bitch. Because it's 6-man up mentality. That's why I said, if you can stop the run, make them throw, okay, probably gives you your best chance to win. But now they're having some trouble with stopping the run. They say 3rd and short. All right, 3rd and a yard. And he wants the play call sent back in. The headset would have just went out at 15 seconds on the play clock. So they break the huddle with 8 seconds. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. They'll hand off on a fullback dive and get the first down. God damn it. Kenny Pickett with a rib injury. He's probable to return. He's going back out there. He's playing catch on the sideline, getting warmed up. He'll be all right. 1st and 10, handoff. Couple yards up the middle. I remember, as I was saying earlier, when these two teams play, it's normally, hard fought win for whoever comes out on top. Jacksonville's coming to Pittsburgh a couple times, beat the Steelers in the playoffs, beat them in the regular season. As mentioned earlier with the interception from Maddox to begin OT, and they lost. Roethlisberger with an emergency appendectomy, couldn't play on a Monday night in Jacksonville against the Jags. Last time they played the Jags down in Duval, they won on a last-second touchdown as time expired. It's 9-3 now. I'm not surprised the game's the way it is, especially with the weather. Fumble, ball's out. Now they're going to say he's down. Pittsburgh has it. We'll look at it, though. Now the one ref saying Steeler ball. This woman obviously lives in fucking Florida. See a replay here. That ball is out. At least it was coming out when he was going down. Now the rolling on the field is a fumble, so they fucking changed their mind. It's make up your damn mind, refs. That's a ball. That ball is moving. That ball is coming out as he's going down. Steelers recover. That's a fumble. And that's Steelers ball. 1st and 10. Herbig on the strip. That ball is coming out. That is a fumble before the knee goes down. And then Keon O'Neal recovered. So 1st and 10 Steelers, 9:55 to play in the third quarter. Still 9-3. Just imagine they have a couple other field goals that they should have had. 3 turnovers now by the Jags. The first 2 only led to 3 points. But 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. So they initially said, no, he was down, then the fumble. Now it's fumble, Steeler ball. So rather than the Steelers challenging, the Jaguars are going to have to challenge if they want to look at it. 1st and 10. And now they're just going to flat out review it. So no challenge, they're just going to look at it with how close it is because they can't make up their fucking mind. So Tomlin, the Steelers know it's their ball, 1st and 10. If they overturn this, by God almighty, just wait for the boos on that one. Acrisure Stadium might not be left fucking standing after that. They might have to change it back to Heinz Field to pay for Acrissure's insurance. But, shit, man, just that's a big play. That's a big play. But like I was saying, I'm not surprised this game's the way it is. Just throughout history, these two teams normally give each other everything they can handle. And it's going to be a hard-fought win, a team win, when it's said and done with whoever comes out on top. And especially with the weather and the rain, it's just a low-scoring, old-school, smash-mouth football type of game, typical Steeler game. This is, the type of game, they want to be playing. Of course, want to be playing better offensively, but it's the defense. 3 turnovers now if it stands. And they've only had 3 points off the first 2. Can they, capitalize off this one? Because remember, the first fumble, they couldn't capitalize on. They had to punt. That was during the 4 3-and-outs. The interception in the end zone, they went 98 yards and kicked the field goal. Just think they have a touchdown there. They kicked the field goal before halftime with all that craziness. They have a fucking lead right now. They're getting the ball back, looking to, extend the lead. So, yeah, just hypothetically, put it this way, that way, so on and so forth. It's just they're right there. They got chances. They just got to fucking execute. They gotta make them pay. So this should stand. I mean, they have to find this bit of a safe return. This should stand though. It should be a fumble, and it should be Steeler football. I'd be surprised if not. But you know, as they promote what's still to come for the NFL, we'll get some first half stats and scores, and take a look around the league in a little while. Steelers, of course, going to be on a short week. They play at home Thursday night against the Titans, so be sure to tune back in live here on YouTube then. But yeah, the call on the field is a Jacksonville fumble, and they're looking at it. Pittsburgh recovered. So yeah, that ball's coming out before the ball carrier's knees down, and then the Steelers recovered. So we'll see what they say. But you know, yeah, 3 points off of 2 turnovers. Get another one here. Can they capitalize, and can they score some more points here and have momentum on their side? After review, stands, fumble, first down Pittsburgh. They still boo his ass because he sucks. 10:22. Okay, so they just put 27 seconds back on the clock. 10:22 to play, 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. It is 9-3. What are you going to do? Okay? Maybe they need the Ghostbuster to show up. Who are you going to call to score some points? 1st and 10. Trubisky's in at quarterback. Because Pickett's probable to return, but he seemed good to go. They're going to hold him out for the time being. But, yeah. Come on, offense. Let's fucking do something now. Nothing stupid. Don't be starting to turn it over yourself now. So 77 is eligible. That's Broderick Jones. They're going to run the football. They're bringing in the Hogs to wear this Jacksonville Jaguar defense out. It's going to be a 1-2 punch with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren if it works. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh to the 36-yard line. Alert, alert. They got all day on the play clock. And they'll run Najee near side. And he goes nowhere. God damn it. Come on. 2nd and 10. And that's the thing, too. Jacksonville knows Pittsburgh's going to run it now with the backup quarterback and Trubisky. Well, beat them with some fucking play action. Take your shots. Work the middle of the field with your tight ends. I mean, where the hell is George Pickens at today? He has no catches. Where the hell is Allen Robinson at today? He also has no catches. Like, it's been all Deontay Johnson, and they have no running game. 2nd and 10, Pittsburgh. Trubisky looking to throw out of the gun. Down the middle, incomplete, the first down marker, and 10 to first tight end. And Connor Hayward, incomplete, 3rd and 10. God damn it. They're not going to be able to do anything off this turnover again. You got to be fucking joking right now, man. And now Kenny Pickett's out for the rest of the game with a rib injury. So it's Trubisky the rest of the way. And then if it comes down to Mason Rudolph, well then Christmas came early this Halloween weekend. So Rudy, you better fucking shine bright. 3rd and 10 from the 36. And Trubisky goes down the sack. Trevor Lawrence right now, 16-20, $150 with an interception. Steelers got 3 points off of it. The 2 fumbles by Jacksonville offensively, Steelers with 2 punts. Couldn't do a damn thing. So a return from the 22. Jacksonville going to get about 8, maybe 10 yards on the return. Steelers need like a defense touchdown. That's what they need, or a short field for the offense to score. And Jacksonville the lead in the second half, especially on the road. You're going around the fucking football. So Pittsburgh can stop the run, get the ball back, keep themselves a chance. I think we'll be all right. But yeah, this defense is going to have to continue to make stops. Like a pick 6 would be nice. If almost scoop and score would be nice. Just another turnover, short field. Execute, score off of that. Like It just blows my mind they can't capitalize off 2 fumbles. They can capitalize and go 98 yards though off an interception. Get only a field goal though. Should have been a touchdown, and then they had that field goal before halftime, regardless of the penalty or not. You know, they have a 10-9 lead, or they're down 9-7, not 9-3. Like, perspective, folks. But ETN, 15 carries, 61 yards rushing. Tank Bigsby also has 10 yards rushing. Lawrence on a scramble for 10. Ridley, somebody cover his ass. He has 5 catches for 72 yards. Evan Ingram, 6 of 23. And then Christian Kirk, 3 catches, 39 yards. ETN a catch for 11 on the backfield. Luckily, the Steelers haven't turned the ball over. Kenny Pickett going to finish the day 10 of 16 for 73 yards passing because he's been ruled out with a rib injury. On the sack before halftime. That should have been roughing the passer, but it wasn't. And it's a shame that Kenny Pickett right now, even with him being out, he also leads the team in rushing with 10 yards. Calvin Austin, the 4th receiver, is tied with him for 10 yards rushing. That's because the Steelers haven't been able to run the fucking football today. Najee Harris, 8 yards rushing on 5 carries, and Jalen Warren, 4 yards rushing on 3 carries. Just piss poor, pathetic. Deontay Johnson, 6 catches, 62 yards. Connor Hayward, 2 of 9. Najee, a catch for 3 yards out of the backfield. Jesus fucking Christ. Cole Holcomb leading the team in total tackles with 9. Landon Roberts and Highsmith have half a sack apiece, with Montravius Adams and Nick Herbig having tackles for loss. Like TJ Watt's been able to force pressure. He hasn't been able to get Trevor Lawrence though. So are we going to turn down for Watt or what? KZ has the interception. Of course, 2 fumbles defensively. Boswell good on 2 field goals from 22 and 55, but the 55 one got called off, and then he missed from 61. And now Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at about the 30-yard line after the Steeler punt here midway through the 3rd quarter. It is 9-3. Come on, defense, let's go. That's a false start by the right guard. And then, boom, down he goes on the sack. They got him from the front, the back, both of his sides, upside, down, top, bottom, left to right. Watt with pressure, and then it was a Landon Roberts, the former Dolphin, up the middle. Been a big pickup for the Steeler defense, no doubt about it. And boom. And then Watt there with him as well. Adams, DeMarvin Leal. They take down Trevor Lawrence, and Jacksonville's now got a 2nd and 16. And more pressure. That's a hold. They go deep far side, incomplete. Joey Porter on the coverage. So give me a hell yeah, they got a 3rd and 16. Come on, defense, get off the field, and then the offense has to do something. Turnover would be nice right here. Turnover would be so fucking awesome again right here. So 3rd and long for Jacksonville. Let's go. Come on, D. Sure, his back's hurting right now, sitting there. He's laughing about it. But from the 24, 3rd and long for Jacksonville. Maybe get him out there to play linebacker as well. Ridley on the reception, but he's going to be short of the line to gain 4th down. Jags, they'll punt with Joey Porter on the coverage again. Slow and steady. They really weren't playing him a lot early on in the season, but each game, a little bit more. He started today with Levi Wallace out, and he's made some stops. It's a foot race, and KZ's chasing him down the far sideline. Yeah, if he misses. Jacksonville punts for the first time today with 7:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Good God. Fair catch at about the 12-yard line, give or take. And Trubisky's in for Pickett at quarterback because he's out with an injury. Can they run the football? Can they keep it simple for him offensively? Not as simple as it's been all season, But I'm saying work the middle of the field, get these tight ends involved. They're going to have to take a shot or two, no doubt about it. But it's the run game. It's the screen game. It's, just getting first downs, moving the ball. Work some clock if you can, too. Probably not a hell of a lot, because then you don't want to put the pressure on yourself late if they, score then again, too. And then, you're not getting as many chances in the fourth quarter. But, yeah, they still 9-3. Been a damn good game, but they got to do something. It's now or never. So we'll see if they do or if they don't, but I'll leave it at that. So even with good or bad field, averaging getting the ball about 25, 30 yard line, can't do anything. They had to go 98 yards to score. Like, they obviously want to be up against the wall, pressure's on to do something. And that's why I said I feel for this defense, because they bail them out all the damn time and the offense can't do shit. So, 3 turnovers to 3 points. They could, for sure, Jesus Christ, have, a score, 2-score lead, if they'd been able to, capitalize off those turnovers, let alone, hell, we're tied up. It was a little bit more high scoring if Jacksonville's field goals or touchdowns. But the Steelers defense held to 3 field goals. Jacksonville's defense held the Steelers to a field goal. It's just a low scoring, old school smash mouth, type of game, low scoring defense showdown. And something's got to give. So what does in the end, in the long run, we'll see. Game could come down to another turnover, I think, in the fourth quarter sometime. But yeah, this offense has to do something, man. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. As we come back from break, and they're looking up the refs like, are we good to go? But Pittsburgh will start this drive at about the 10-yard line. Make it the 11, 1st and 10. Darnell Washington in motion. He had his first catch last week. Maybe get his second today. Trubisky rolls out near side. He's going to tuck it and run. Slides and gets about 5, maybe 6 yards. All right. 2nd and medium. Get yourself in a manageable situation, yeah. Just move the ball. Go forward, not backwards. And there's Matt Canada up in the booth, or otherwise known as Matt C here today. So let's see what this offense has got. But 2nd and 5, especially with Trubisky at quarterback. Handoff, Jalen Warren. He'll bulldoze his way for a Steeler first down on the 25-yard line. Move the sticks. Steeler first down. Just keep pounding the rock. Keep giving it to him. Just go old school with it and fucking wear him out. He's a bowling ball of a bulldozer. 77, Broderick Jones is eligible again. So yeah, they're gonna run some basic, as he's lined up as a tight end right now. He's just in the block though, as an extra man. Trubisky's pass far side, incomplete, almost picked off, intended for Deontay Johnson. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. But, with, goal line, let alone 11, 12 personnel, 13 personnel. So incomplete, 2nd and 10. And yeah, they got to get him in rhythm. They got to get him a completion. Handoff, Najee Harris up the middle for 3, maybe 4 yards. So 3rd down coming up. Can they convert? Can they get a first down? So I said a little bit ago, like, where the hell is he at? Where's Allen Robinson at? Where are these tight ends at? Like, it's all Deontay Johnson. And they don't really have a running game. 3rd and 7. Lester from a blocking protection, left side. What a catch by George Pickens. First down, Steelers at the 45. So they finally get him the ball, and that's Trubisky's first completion too. So now can they build on it? Yeah, that's a catch. And now Jacksonville's going to challenge it. So right now it's 1st and 10 Pittsburgh with a completed catch on the previous play, but Jacksonville's going to challenge and say that he didn't catch it, didn't have both feet in, let alone control or possession. So previous play is going to be further review with the challenge. Of course, finding a bit of evidence to return it. We'll see a replay here, but caught it, left's down, right's down right there. That's a catch. That is a catch. That's a first down Steelers. So Jacksonville's going to be charged with timeout with the challenge. They'll have 2 and 1 respectively left the rest of the way. So, because then if it gets overturned, it's 4th down Pittsburgh and the Steelers are punting, and Jacksonville's getting the ball back still at 9-3 here, mid-3rd quarter. So, yeah, that should stand. That should be a catch. I mean, that's as close as it's going to get. It's a game of inches, you know, and that's right there on the sideline. And thing is, it was a catch on the field. Had finding speed evidence to return it. Should be confirmed, let alone stands. You know, there's a difference with that explanation. If it stands, it's just as good as it was. Like they really can't find anything to overturn it. It's confirmed, meaning it's confirmed, like it's clear cut. It's for sure, you know, what it was. So, yeah, that's a catch. So it's first down Steelers. So back to the run game, you know, fucking pound the rock. Put both Najee and Jalen Warren in there at once and make the defense guess on who's getting the ball. And then if you're on sort of an RPO of some sorts, you can run your string game. And then I'm saying to get these tight ends involved. You know, Connor Hayward has what, a catch, maybe 2. Darnell Washington, 1 catch on the year. Rodney Williams, nothing, but he's played well on special teams. You know, sucks for Army was still out as he's on IR too. He should be coming back sometime soon. But yeah, just they just got to be balanced, be consistent, move the ball. They got to drive and score, you know. And if they do just that, you know, whether it's a field goal, okay, it's 9-6. Remember that other field goal, make it 9-9, 3rd quarter sometime. They would have had, you know. But remember the penalty before halftime and all that shit that happened that, you know, didn't need to happen. Calls overturned. They say incomplete. Are you joking? Oh my fucking God. So it's 4th down. The Steelers are going to have to punt. You got to be kidding me right now. So Pickens still doesn't have a catch. And Pittsburgh, yeah, going to have to punt here. 5:25 to play in the 3rd quarter. Good God. As I thought the big dog was joining us, he obviously got down. And the punt goes out of bounds at about the 25, 30-yard line, give or take. So his defense, I guess, rely on him again, making another fucking stop. I mean, son of a bitch. Just ridiculous. But if they can, they have momentum, they're letting it slip again like it did last week. If they can get it back on their side and keep it, you know. And Mama sometime early 4th quarter, defense with their stop. See if it Renegade strikes again, and you know, just saying, find a way to fucking win this game. I mean, Jesus Christ. They say the ball is at the 44-yard line. That's like a 20-yard differential where they thought initially the ball went out of bounds. So 1st and 10, Jacksonville. Good God, these refs fucking suck. So out of the gun, Lawrence on a screen, incomplete to ETN. So 2nd and 10. As they're continuing to get pressure, if they can continue to just keep at it, one thing at a time, force more pressure into turnovers, like, we'll be fine here. Like a sack right there, let alone an interception. I mean, they're right there. They're right fucking there. From the 44, 2nd and 10. Empty set. And far side. Oh my fucking God. You gotta be kidding me right now. They're gonna go for 2 because they just scored on a deep ball down the far sideline. Joey Porter on the coverage, bit on the pump fake. The safety bit Chandler Sullivan along with DeMonte KZ. Just, they got beat on that play. And now they're going to be down 2 scores, and the offense hasn't done much. So they go 56 yards and score. They go for 2 and run a toss, and they walk in. 17-3, Jacksonville now with 5:05 to play in the 3rd quarter. Talk about a fucking swing. You gotta be, oh my God. And just when the defense needed a stop, they broke. They let him off the hook, and son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Finally, the first crack. Let's take a look at the touchdown with ATN. Play receiver now instead of tailback. All the way to the top of the screen. But watch.
And all the fucking air was just popped out of the balloon.
The safety as this ball is thrown against his too deep coverage. His ankle's too shallow. He comes up too short. Ball goes over his head. And that's supposed to be a corner covering a short area.
Just frustrating. Just frustrating as all hell.
And you know why he's watching?
That's what it is.
To find out where the defender is.
Just, oh my God.
See him looking up at the big screen? Where's the defender chasing me? And do I need to alter my route?
You spoke to Travis Etienne about body maintenance. Use a term I hadn't heard. It's all about pre-fat, so not
So Jacksonville on to kick off. Man, a tough back, so. 1st and 10 Steelers from the 25. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts remaining. You remember, Jacksonville challenge. They won that challenge just to keep the timeout. But man, just like I said, all the fucking just momentum went away. They got to figure something out. I mean, they still got 20 minutes and 5 seconds of game time to be played in regulation, at least 5:05 to play here in the 3rd quarter, down 17-3. They run a screen with Najee Harris far side, and he gets about 5 yards. So okay, there's a start, but they got to keep at it. They got to keep it going. That turnover really, or not turnover, excuse me. Well, the turnovers they got, they couldn't capitalize on. It's coming back to bite them. The refs screwing them over at a few points of time today. Yeah, hurting. But then the last 3rd down, they got a 1st down out of it, and the Jags challenged and didn't get it. Or they did win it. Steelers didn't get the 1st down. They had to punt, and the Jacksonville Jaguars drove and scored like that. That pass caught by Deontay Johnson, the 41, right in front of Mike Tomlin. And he nods in approval. 1st down. So, can they just keep it up? Like, it's there for the taking. Like, it's not over yet. Could be a hell of a lot worse, but it's only 17-3. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Still a lot of ball left. Like, you just need to get you need to get the momentum back on your side. If you can get it back on your side, you're going to be fine. Because defense, you'd hope to make stops. And then of course, you got to score again. You got to score twice here. But that's just to tie it, let alone win it. You're going to need more. But, yeah, 1st and 10. Trubisky fakes the give. Oh, my God. Steps up and gets drilled as he let it go. So it's deflected. It falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Luckily, nobody was there to pick it off. I don't know who he was going for. But, well, there shouldn't be intentional grounding on that anyway. He just got hit and, the ball was deflected. It's not like he was getting pressured and rolled out and then still didn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. It's just, with the pressure, he got hit and the ball deflected on the pass. So if they would have thrown intentional grounding on that's just fucking absurd. Then they, said they're not going to, so they're not going to. But 3, 2, 1, they're going to reset the play clock, or timeout going to have to be called. So there's a delay. These refs, they need to get this game under fucking control. Yeah. Okay, now they reset the play clock. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 Steelers. 17-3 Jags with 3:54 to play in the third. All right, from the 40-yard line. And Trubisky rolls out, steps up and runs, and he'll get about 7, maybe 8 yards. Thing is, too, I would say to, if you got to settle for 3 on this drive, okay, that'd be fine. You probably still could if it came down to it. Take your points while you can get them. But the field goal before halftime, they don't have now. It's coming back to bite them. Because it's not biting them, it's just hurting. Because the refs fucking took it from them. 3rd and 2 coming up, so they give them 8. Because it's 17-6 if so. You score, you're down 4. Or you can kick it and you're down 8 and you touchdown 2 point. You don't have that field goal, you're down 17-3 here. 3rd and 2 here, what to do? Trubisky all day running around. Throw the ball. Comes back across the middle. Deontay Johnson's wide open. And 1st down Steelers at the 40. They're just playing backyard football with Trubisky at quarterback now. Just run around and, fucking 1,000 Mississippi. And, then somebody's open. But, no, as I was saying, you have that field goal that you don't. Okay, 17-6, you score 17-13, or if you kick it again, 17-9, you're down, touchdown, 2 point. It's still 1 score. But because you don't, you're down 17-3, you kick a field goal, now you're down 17-6. You still need 2 scores from there in the 4th to win it. So you sort of got to score a touchdown on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 40. They run a screen. Jalen Warren got a block, spins, gets a Steeler 1st down inside the 30. And, man, he's fun to watch. He's special. He's a bowling ball. He's fucking 5'8" and thick. And just, hey, keep moving the feet. Keep moving forward. An undrafted rookie free agent at Oklahoma State last year. And they're somehow with 6 wins. Pittsburgh somehow with 4 wins. But 1st and 10, see if the Steelers can use what the Cowboys are doing to the Rams today against the Jags. 1st and 10, another handoff up the middle. Jalen Warren, run them, momentum. Keep fucking running the ball with them. He's 10 times better than Najee Harris half the time anymore. He is. They got to spark. They got to capitalize off of that. They got to score. As I was saying, field goal, okay, 17-6, you still got to score twice in the 4th quarter to win it. You score now, you might be able to settle for 3 somewhere in the middle of the 4th quarter if it comes down to it, and then touchdown would win it, or vice versa. So 2nd and 3. But this has to be a touchdown drive. And then it's renegade. And then it's this deep defense making the stop. And then it's hopefully another turnover. Slant over the middle, caught. Pickens into the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. And with 53 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, here they come. They've been a second-half team in these 1-score games. And they've been able to find a way to win these 1-score games because all 4 of their wins have been by 1 score. The 2 losses, they've been blown out. This is just who they are. And Pickens' first catch of the afternoon goes for a touchdown. Should have been tackled twice right there and hurdled him, and touchdown. Walks in. So, kick the extra point. Just imagine they had that field goal before halftime. You know? It's not 17-10, it's 17-13. Let alone any points off of turnovers they didn't get. Probably have a lead, but they're still right there in it with everything that's happened. So 53 seconds to play in the third. They're down 7, 17-10. I think Jacksonville is about ready to walk to the gallows, and this defense hopefully to make another stop and turn another turnover would be nice. Defense touchdown would be awesome. But just good field position. You know, you have momentum back on your side, though, regardless. Offense, move the football and just score. Just find a way to win this game. It is there once again for the taking. Do not let it slip. So, we are Penn State. And Deontay Johnson's now hurt again. Of course, he missed half the season to this point. Just returned last week because of an injury. And they're getting bit by the injury bug. I mean, make it down early. Kenny Pickett as well before halftime with a rib injury, even though it looked like a shoulder, but it's a right side, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so it's a little hard to throw. So he's out, and now Deontay Johnson's hurt. And Jacksonville Jaguars on the return. 47 seconds to play in this third quarter. Both teams have 3 timeouts, and we got 15 to play after this. So it's going to come down to the wire with these two. I mean, this, like I was saying all day, nothing really new. When these two play, it's hard fought. It's going to be like this. And Jacksonville's bringing in some extra linemen as well to, run the football. So if Pittsburgh can stop the run, make them throw, pressure into turnovers. I've been saying all day, that's the best chance to win defensively. And T.J. Watt, no sacks yet. They've gotten pressure on him, but T.J. Watt, no sacks yet. He's been sacked twice, but by other players. They hand off ETN, and Landon Roberts brings him down after a 3-yard gain. So they don't have to snap if they don't want to. There's a half a second differential between the game clock and play clock. So that might do it for the third quarter. And then we go to the fourth. Yeah, they're in no hurry. Rush. Just hold off. Go to the fourth quarter. Jacksonville up 17-10 on Pittsburgh. Jags will have a 2nd and 6 begin the fourth and final quarter of play when we got 15 minutes to go, unless we go to overtime. As this game, yeah. Just one of those games. This is football. This is football. Well, as crazy as it's been, this is your typical, Steeler game. Now, can they find a way to win it? As they're building the gallows outside of the Jag cell, and they got 15 minutes to go. So, Hangman and the Man in Black coming down on the cons. We'll see who the real con man is here at the end of the game. But, yeah. 17-10 at the end of the third. Jacksonville up. And they'll have the 2nd and 6 begin the fourth. Trevor Lawrence, 18-24, 217 yards passing. A touchdown. His interception led to 3 Steeler points. They don't turn the ball over there. They score. They have a few more points. Steelers have 3 less. So it's still a 2-3 score ball game at that point. Been sacked twice. Remember, the Jags have 2 fumbles on defense. Steelers, no points off of them, though. Just imagine, though, if they do. Whether it's 3, whether it's 6, whether it's 10, 14, you're a little bit closer than you are. ETN, 16 carries, 65 yards rushing. He also has 67 yards receiving and a touchdown, because 56 of those went on the deep ball on a wheel route down the far sideline because the Steelers' secondary bit. Calvin Ridley, 6 catches, 83 yards. Kirk has 3 catches, 39 yards, and Evan Ingram 6 of 23. Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett done for the day once again, 10 of 16, 73 yards. Trubisky, 5 of 10, 60 yards, and a touchdown. That to George Pickens, who has the 1 catch for 22 yards in the score. Deontay Johnson, hopefully he's okay again. Went down with injury, 8 catches, 85 yards on the afternoon. Good to see him back, but getting banged up again, it looks like. Jaylen Warren, run the hot hand. He gives the offense a bit of a spark. He does. He has 5 rushes, 19 yards, and 2 catches, 10 yards receiving. Trubisky, 2 carries, 13 yards as well. Najee, 6 of 11. And oh mama, let's go. Come on, defense. Maybe they'll play it twice for all we know, but come on, let's go. You can't simulate that. You're either gonna play through it with the adversity, or it's gonna bite you. So we'll see if it strikes again. Screen complete, 3rd and a yard coming up. There's not really much else to these stats, as I was saying. But Pittsburgh just overall, they got to make a stop defensively. And they can't do anything stupid on offense. So 3rd and a yard to begin the 4th quarter now. 20 seconds in. Come on, defense. Who's stepping up and making a play? And they run a screen real quick, far side, and he breaks the tackle and gets a 1st down. As they brought everything except the kitchen sink, and he's wide open, far side. And then they still almost brought him down the line of scrimmage with him to miss tackle. So, all right. Just hope to stop him here again. You can't let him score. You can't. Touchdown, game might be over. Hell, field goal might be over. Unless you could score quick with touchdown or a field goal yourself, and then, get another stop and hope to get something late to tie it or win it, Got a flag on the play and a false start. So 5 yards, they'll replay it down.
It's the young tight end, Luke Farrell. So back it up to the 34-yard line. Farrell heads to the Jacksonville sideline.
So 1st and 15. Luke Farrell with the penalty. Let's see if this Steeler defense can make the Jags sterile and not do a damn thing. Make them shoot some blanks. From the 34. Play clock at 3. They get it off. More pressure. Caught. Looked like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage, but he got it out of there. And Christian Kirk on a reception at the 40, so 2nd down. Come on, defense. 13:35 and counting to play.
Coming back with a heavy set here is Jacksonville. They've shown this multiple times during the game. Expert tight ends. Tim Jones, wide receiver. You think it's a run play, but oftentimes they do throw out of this.
And they'll run a draw up the middle. And about a 2-yard pickup, so 3rd and 6 coming up with Ogunjobi and Holcomb on the stop. So 3rd down. Come on, defense. Just don't give up 7 yards. Do not give up 7 yards. Let alone if you stop them, don't jump off sides on 4th down. 3rd and 6. They got trips far side. And over the middle, it's caught at midfield, 1st down. Good God.
The extra reaction at the end of this round by Ingram got it done. Because he was working inside. Patrick Peterson, the tremendous veteran corner, actually beat him to the spot. And when he did,
First and 10 again. Under 12 to play now. They're going to run the ball. Yep. Etienne gets a big first down far side and stays in bounds, so the clock's going to continue to roll. God damn it. Now they can't stop the run. God damn. Yeah, good block right there. And that's a hold. But they finally bring him down. They'll run it again. New set downs. They'll keep running the ball and working this clock. Just, oh my God. Come on, defense. And Lawrence over the middle. Oh. Incomplete. He caught it and dropped it to the 12-yard line. Ball's incomplete, so 2nd and 10. Lawrence got hit, too, on the play. KZ on the coverage, but incomplete, 2nd and 10. So, Philly's coming back against Washington in the meantime. So, play clock at 3, 2, 1. They barely get it off. 2nd and 10. They run a screen near side. Nobody there. Incomplete. Almost picked off, actually, with more pressure by the Steelers. 3rd and 10. Turnover would be awesome. You know, they're already in field goal range, so you force a kick, you're down 10 unless he misses it. You know, and then it goes back to the field goal you had before halftime, you know, that they took from you. You know, it'd be 17-13. You could give up a field goal and then still one-score game. You know, you're hoping to tie it at 20 then, but you give up a field goal here, let alone a touchdown, you're down 10, 14 points under, 11 minutes to play, and pressure's on. 3rd and 10. Empty set. 3, 2, 1. They barely get it off again. They're working that play clock. Down he goes on the sack, and he's pushed out of field goal range as well. Back at the 40-yard line. So unless they want to kick a 57, 58-yard field goal, which McManus has the leg, they're going to punt and pin them deep. And guess who? T.J. Watt with his first sack of the game. Stepping up when they needed him to step the hell up. And down goes Sunshine there. And they'll punt. They'll punt. So the Steeler defense gets the hell off the field. Oh, my. Nothing stupid. Nothing stupid. And they'll let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 Steelers from the 20. Down 7, 17-10 with 10 and change to play. Touchdown ties it. 10-14 officially. Left to go. And this defense, very, very special. If only the offense can do what they did on the last drive, let alone the other scoring drive they had earlier. Need another touchdown. Need a touchdown to tie. I mean, you could settle for 3. You could settle for 3 if you need to. Comes down to it. And you're down 4. You get another stop and then score to win it. You know, it comes back to the field goal they had right before halftime now. That's really the difference in this game. You look at it. Because of the officials. You have that. Okay, another field goal, you're down a point. Field goal then wins it. If you get the ball back then late, or, you have that field goal already, you score, you take a lead. Okay, pressure's on Jacksonville to tie with a field goal. You kick another field goal, go up 6, they win it with a touchdown, but then if, you get, or if you have the field goal you already had, that took from you, as Philly actually just took the lead at Washington now, coming back from behind, as Pittsburgh's doing the same thing. So we'll see if they both win. But so you have that field goal 17-13, you score on this drive, let alone, somehow have another scoring drive. Put the game out of reach, you'd have a 10.2 score lead. But that's not where we're at. We're at 17-14 with 10-14 to play. So we'll see what the offense has got, but I think you still got to keep it simplify it for Trubisky. Keep it balanced, keep it as consistent as you can get it. Run the football, work some clock. You look at overall team stats with first downs and time of possession and all that jazz as this loads. Jacksonville's controlled the clock by a good 8 minutes and 10 seconds right now. 28:58 to 20:48. And the thing is, too, Jacksonville 3 turnovers and Pittsburgh has 3 points off of that total. Just think if they score some more points off of those turnovers, man. Because Jacksonville is leading in passing, rushing, of course, total yards at that point. They're efficient on third down. Pittsburgh only 2-9 on third down today. So they're going to have to convert here on third down if it comes down to it, let alone get some first downs. Just move the ball. 1st and 10 of the 20, but they got to drive and score to tie this game up. So run the hot hand and Jalen Warren at tailback. Najee's in there right now. Jacksonville jumped off sides. Here's a free play. Trubisky, okay, he's going to get sacked, but it's an offside and be first down. Pittsburgh at the 25 now, unless they say false start, and then it's still a 5-yard loss, and Jacksonville declines it, 2nd and 15, or, replay it down. Which we're going to replay it down because Jacksonville jumped off sides. And Dan Moore down injured for the Steelers at left tackle, so Broderick Jones going to, as he's been reporting eligible a few times today, played when Dan Moore was injured earlier this season as well. He's going to get in and out left tackle. So we'll see, if they can continue to run the football or not. But yeah, they're getting bit by the injured bug here today again. So still next man up mentality. But they have, that's why you have to throw in the roster. Of course, practice squad as well. Trade deadline's on Tuesday. We'll see if they make any moves. Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Just, the past couple years, they've done, some unthinkable, out of the ordinary, Steeler stuff that they normally wouldn't do. But it'll be 1st and 5 now from the 25 with the offside by Jacksonville once we come back from break with the injury on the field. So hopefully it's okay. They're going to need him to come back, but it's still next minute mentality. But in the meantime, like I was saying, just the offense got to do something. It's now or never. Go all in, go balls to the wall, and drive and score and tie this game up. And then the defense get on their stop, find a way to win it. In the meantime, other games live, ongoing in the NFL right now. Everything in the fourth quarter here. As we near 4 o'clock, surprisingly, it took me this long to get to the stats and get to these other scores, but here we are. This is the type of game it's been. The Cowboys are leading the Rams 43-17. Minnesota up on Green Bay 24-10. Tennessee, the Titans come to Pittsburgh on Thursday night. Steelers on a short week, so we should be back in live on YouTube for those live watch on reactions. Then Tennessee up 21-16 at home against the Atlanta Falcons, as Will Levis is in at quarterback, the rookie out of Penn State, Kentucky, with a couple deep bombs to DeAndre Hopkins. Has been the updates we've seen for the most part here today on CBS. Fox really hasn't shown any updates. It's been all Philadelphia and Washington. The Eagles have come back, now leading 31-24 mid-fourth quarter. Dolphins on top of the Pats, 24-17. New Orleans leading Indy, 35-20. Jets and Giants in a low-scoring defense showdown as well because of the weather, but also because they both suck. 10-7, Big Blue on top of the Jets. Of course, here we are, 17-10, Jags on top of the Steelers. Pittsburgh ball, though, first down, needing a touchdown to tie. And then, as mentioned, Eagles 31, the Washington Redskins, Football Team Commanders 24. And then the Texans are leading the Panthers 13-12. We'll get into the other games still to come a little bit later on, along with the preview next week, so stay tuned for that. But 1st and 5 now, Pittsburgh from the 25. And they'll hand off Najee Harris up the middle for 2 yards. So 2nd and 3 after a 2-yard gain. And Trubisky under center is going to have to call timeout because they're not set and play clock's winding down. So with 9:26 to go, and oh my. Why 9:26 on October the 29th, 2 years in a row? If you know, you know. But, I mean, maybe it works out in favor this year, unlike last year. Steelers call timeout with 9:26 to go, down 7. We'll see if it comes back to bite them, but that's just a little eerie. Maybe send the Jags up north and put them in the lake. But after the timeout, 2nd and 3. Come on, guys. Let's go. High snap, Trubisky gets it down, looking to throw. Deep down the middle. And it's picked off at the 40-yard line. God fucking damn it. And tackle him. They can't even wrap him up on the return. Jesus Christ. Just, you know, as mentioned a little bit ago, don't do anything stupid. Don't turn the ball over. What do you know? Throwing to Allen Robinson in triple coverage. Yeah, that'll work out for you. Good God. So this defense is going to have to get another fucking stop if they want to win this game. So 1st and 10, Jacksonville now. And they're just going to run the football and work clock. Why the hell shouldn't they? As the Jaguars now lead the NFL in takeaways with 17 this season. That's pretty impressive. You know, so they're winning games all around. Offense, defense. Down by contact at the 41 where he picked it off at rather than the return. So, you know, maybe a 10-yard differential. Jesus Christ, guys. I mean, come on. So 1st and 10 from the 40. And ETN on the give. Larry Ogunjobi. And Adams on the tackle. Oh, God. He was taking somebody's terrible towel and waving it all around. How's that not a penalty? Like, seriously. Second and 8 from the 44. And over the middle, caught, 1st down. To the Steeler 41 he goes. So they'll let this play clock run. Won't snap until under 8 minutes to go. And they'll continue to run the ball, especially with new set downs again. And he hits the hole and gets another 1st down run. So now they can't stop the run. Flag on the play. It might be coming back, though. Got a hold on the Jags. Back them up. 10 yards, replay the down. All right. And all these Lukes are making bad plays for the Jags today. Maybe one can help out the Steelers. I don't know. I mean, I've been saying what I've been saying. It's like, come on, man. Like, it's just frustrating. 1st and 20. Pittsburgh shifts on the line. Surprisingly, they didn't say disconcerting signals because they've been calling that a lot lately in football. Tackle him! Oh my God. A simple slant over the middle should have been tackled right away, and he goes for 25 yards after the fact. The ball midfield. Now they have the ball inside the 25-yard line. Good God. Yeah, down to 15. Inside the red zone. This defense is breaking. Handoff, ETN, 2 yards, if he's lucky enough. You know, they were able to stop the run early. Second half, no. Offense couldn't capitalize off turnovers. That's really the story of the game. Not being able to capitalize off turnovers, and then right before halftime, that sequence with the field goal getting called off. Along with, I mean, still, I get it. Yeah, offense still, hasn't done a hell of a lot. Still didn't do enough to win. Still got 6 minutes and 3 seconds to play. Jacksonville's going to call timeout here, it looks like, because the play clock's winding down. So, yeah, Jacksonville timeout. Both teams now have 2 left the rest of the way with 2-minute warning. 6:03 to play. They got a 2nd and 9 coming up at 17:10. But, yeah, I think that's where it's at. I mean, Pittsburgh couldn't capitalize off the turnovers. The field goal before halftime gets called off. Even with all that still, I mean, the defense couldn't stop the run late. Then the offense turned the ball over. They just overall not doing enough to win. And Jacksonville's overall the better team, no doubt about it, with all these stats. Like that's another thing too. Like some of the Steelers 1-score wins, like every other team's been, ahead of them in stats, and it's like thinking to themselves, how the hell did we lose this game? But Pittsburgh found a way. Now it's Jacksonville finding a way. As I said earlier, like they're playing, like the Steelers old school type of game, running the football and run play action, playing good defense. And play clock winding down again. And another whistle. And now we'll have a false start, it looks like. Yeah, back them up. So it'll be, 2nd and 11 now? Still 6:03 to play. No play was run since last play with the timeout and now the false start. But who knows what's going to happen here. I mean, defense might get another stop. Offense still might do something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Turnover would be awesome, fucking just spectacular, especially for a touchdown right now, or some sort of special teams error by the Jaguars. But they got a 2nd and 11 now after all that. And 2nd and 14 make it. And ETN, no gain on the play, so 3rd and long. Can they get him out of field goal range again, potentially with another sack? It'll be 3rd and 15. 5:45 and counting to play. Come on, defense. From the 23, 3rd and 15. And they'll run a draw up the middle. And they're punching the ball loose, but it ain't coming out. So it'll be 4th down from the 20. They'll kick it. It'll be about a 37, 38-yarder. McManus already good on 2 field goals earlier from 50, or 3 field goals earlier, from 50, 51, and 38, and this will be from 37, 38 again. So, make it a 10-point lead. Pressure's on Pittsburgh under 5 to play to, score twice. Because they're going to have to score quick. Kicks up, kicks. Ooh, just good. So it's 20-10 now. Jaguars. on top of the Steelers. 4:35 to play. Pittsburgh can get the ball back with 2 timeouts. 2-minute warning as well. But you look at the field goal before halftime that got called off because of a penalty. Pittsburgh has that right now. It's a 1-score game. You drive and score a touchdown, you tie it up, you go to overtime. You know, let alone you score some points off turnovers. You have that. You know, it's a hell of a lot closer. Let alone tied now. Maybe you still have a lead for all you know. I don't know. But now they're down 10, 4:35 to play, 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They got to drive and score quick and get the ball back and score again. You know, maybe it's take the field goal first rather than score the touchdown and then you touchdown late, or vice versa. You know, score first and then get the field goal late to tie it when they already had the field goal. Remember that. You know, but it got called off because of an asinine penalty before halftime. So that's where we stand. So Jacksonville's on the kickoff. The Steelers are going to have to do something. If they don't do anything, game's over. Plain and simple. And people can be blaming Mitch Trubisky all they want for this or that. You know, the interception did lead to 3 points, though, as did Trevor Lawrence's. You know, so that cancels itself out. But you're still looking then at a 10-point game. You know, and then it's down to the field goal by Pittsburgh before halftime, and then them not being able to capitalize off turnovers with no running game. Jacksonville has a running game. Like, you got to give them credit. Jacksonville been able to run the football and stop the run. Pittsburgh, not so much. And then, you know, Trevor Lawrence has outplayed both the Steelers quarterbacks today, no doubt about it. Like, even with their mistakes, they still have a lead because of how bad Pittsburgh's played. Like, they've had their chances. They're close, but, you know, no cigar. They're going to be kicking themselves because this is probably going to be a game that they probably should have won. Yeah, you think about it, Connor Hayward on the reception to the 30, 2nd and 5 coming up, but, you know, yeah, you got to go. You can't waste any fucking time here. You can't be slow poking around. But, yeah, you got to just, it's going to be a tough loss overall. Just figure out a way to move the ball here if you can and you know, score some points if you can, and we'll move from there. But 3rd and 2 from the 33. And over the middle, 1st down. All right. So, got to go. You've wasted about a minute now and only gotten fucking 10, 11 yards. Trubisky looking to throw again. They're working the middle of the field and just dump offs to the backs and the tight ends, and 2nd and manageable, 3rd and short, 1st down. Just chipping away. You know, by all means, I mean, keep doing it, but you got to show some, you know, some sense of urgency here. Trubisky going to step up and run. And he'll get out of bounds, but just short. Be 3rd and a yard, it looks like. They might say 1st down with that spot. All right, they'll move the sticks. 1st down Steelers, just by the skin and the hair on their ass. 1st and 10. And the clock stops too, yes, with getting out of bounds. So from the 46, 1st and 10. It'd be nice to score before the 2-minute warning, because then you have your 2 timeouts plus 2-minute warning. You get to stop defensively, you know, whatever you need, then okay, you got to drive and get it then to potentially win or tie the game. You know, whatever it comes down to. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 with 3:01 to play. So 2nd and 10. Trubisky gets sacked back at the 40. So it's 3rd and a mile now. Jesus Christ. It was a low snap for one, so he had to go find it. And then Dan Moore got beat off the edge as he's back out there after the injury scare a little bit ago. And then Trubisky gets sacked. 3rd and 16, they go deep far side, and it's picked off again. And that'll do it. Even with 2:27 to play, 2 timeouts, and a 2-minute warning, you're down 10. Now. And now they say incomplete. All right, so they luck out. It's 4th down. You got to go for it, I think, yeah. But then if you don't get it, the game's for sure over. I mean, you punt, you're still down 10. You still have the 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning, but that ain't gonna fucking matter because time ain't going to be on your side. So you sort of got to go for this here. They say incomplete. Yeah, that was a drop, okay. And 2:30 to play. 4th and 16 for Pittsburgh and Beaver. Let's see if they eat. Get a 1st down. Trubisky going to roll out. Has a man, incomplete, and Jalen Warren. So that'll probably do it. Even with the 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning, I mean, yeah, you got 3 timeouts here before that, or with that. You know, they got a short field, though. You're already down 10. You know, like, game's over. Because even if you get a quick 3 and out and get a stop, with them just running the football anyway, you know, 1st and 10 at the 40, they hand off. No gain, timeout. 2nd and 10, 2:21 to play. You got a timeout plus 2-minute warning left now. I mean, yeah, like I was saying, once again, if you can get off the field quick, next to nothing, well, you can't give up anything for them. You'd have to score really quick, get an onside kick, and score again. But that ain't going to happen. I'd shit myself if it did. 2nd and 10 from the 40. And I think that's all our moves right now, how Deontay Johnson's sitting on the bench. 2nd and 10 from the 40. They're going to run it. And they bring him down in the backfield. Alex Highsmith on the tackle for loss at the 45. Timeout. Took 4 seconds, so 2:17 to play. Stop the run again, but watch for a play action. Watch for a play action. Yeah, so their wins this year are by 1 score. They've had 7 straight wins in 1 possession games. But then the 3 losses for the Steelers now, this holds, which, you know, unless a miracle fucking happens. 2 blowouts and then by 10. So, like, 3 losses by 10 points or more. 3rd and 14. Pittsburgh maybe with a false start on defense. Jacksonville maybe with a false start on offense up front. We'll see what they call. They're going to shift up front. It's disconcerting signals with a false start. You can't do it. You know, because, you know, jumps the gun then for the offense. And then it's either going to be what? 3rd and extra long or 3rd and shorter than it was. But watch the play action. Pittsburgh has no more timeouts left other than 2-minute warning. Got a neutral zone infraction on the defense. 5 yards. Still 3rd down though. Yep. So 3rd and 9 now rather than 3rd and 19. Let alone 3rd and 14 as it was. So from the 40, they'll run it, and that'll take us a 2-minute warning. Unless Jacksonville wants to kick a long field goal to really ice it, you're up 13, then Pittsburgh needs 2 touchdowns to win it, rather than a field goal and a touchdown to tie, let alone 2 touchdowns to win it still as well there, 24-20. It'll be a 4th down from the 38-yard line with 2 minutes to play. Jags up 20-10 on the Steelers. It would be about a 55, 56-yard kick. So we'll see what they do here, unless they just punt, pin them deep. And then Steelers got to go the length of the field to, score with a backup quarterback with no time and no timeouts to cut the lead, let alone, hope that happens, and then get the ball back on an onside kick to score again to get what you need to either tie or win the game then. So, no, yeah. Going to be a tough, frustrating loss for sure when it was right there. I mean, because they had them. But Jacksonville, they end up playing better. Pittsburgh didn't do enough to end up winning it. They didn't. Getting bit by the injury bug with some players. No running game really. Couldn't stop the run. I mean, just all around. Comes back to the field goal before halftime, but even more so than not, the turnovers by Jacksonville that the Steelers are going to capitalize on. 3 turnovers of 3 points. I mean, Jesus Christ, and then you lose by 10 points. Just frustrating. So, and of course, as I look at the time, it is 4:09. Of course it is. This game ain't coming down to a doink field goal for the win. But once again, shout out to the man. But man, just frustrating. Gonna be a tough loss. Yeah, they'll drop to 4-3. Got a short week. Host the Titans on Thursday, and then they host the Packers in 2 weeks. So that's what I said earlier. They've got 3 straight home games here before they, go on the road in division to Ohio, take on both the Bengals and the Browns before and after Thanksgiving. And then you get into December, but they'd still be, as Jacksonville will punt, pin Pittsburgh deep, at the fucking 2-yard line again. Jesus Christ. So they got to go the distance in 1:52 with no timeouts and a backup quarterback to score 10 points. Yeah, good luck. That ball did not go in the end zone. That's not a touchback. No. That's down ball to 2-3-yard line. But if they can take care of business, in the meantime, because they're not playing a lot of divisional opponents, but of course you don't want to lose all these other games. Just be, 500 in them. And then, it's taking care of business in division. You're just going to be A-okay. You'll still be fine. But this also might be a game you look back on, well, if they would have won, they, might have been in a better spot late in the year as they run a screen near side of Calvin Austin just to get some breathing room to the 8-yard line. He goes, you got to go. You have no timeouts. You want to get the hell out of bounds. That'd be nice. Clock would stop, but you got to go. 2nd and 4. And they are in no fucking hurry. Good God. Just wasted 20 seconds. Trubisky's pass complete at the 20. And Austin again, hell yeah, 1st down. Where the hell's he been at all game? It was always Deontay Johnson and George Pickens with 1 catch for a touchdown. Allen Robinson, what the hell's he done this season? We are Penn State, but that's what I said earlier. Okay, you sign him, you bring in this guy, bring in that guy, Johnson. with a flag on the play, gets the Steeler first down over the middle. So we'll see what the dirty laundry is from the Zebras, who really, can kiss my ass and go to hell. But ain't going to matter, like, if you don't, utilize who you have offensively, let alone defensively. And on special teams, for that matter. Like, they're playing like a bunch of fucking third graders still. Got an illegal motion on the Steelers, of course. 5 yards, I'll replay it down. So, yeah, just frustrating. Back at the 16-yard line they go. And down 10, minute 2 here. No timeouts. But Trubisky down the middle, complete. Najee Harris gonna break a couple tackles, get to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 3 coming up. Gotta go. I mean, come on now, you're gonna freeze. Second and 3. Trubisky all day to throw. Dumps it off Najee Harris. Get a first down, get out of bounds. And he does both of that. All right. 32 seconds, 1st and 10. Game might come down to an onside kick. We'll see. Yeah, they're good. They are. Knew that coming in and, showed it for the most part today. They had their hiccups. Steelers had more. Just frustrating, like I said. But 1st and 10 from the 41. Trubisky dumps it off again. Another screen. Najee Harris. Another first down. Another out of bounds. So clock's going to stop after 7 seconds. Yeah. Right around midfield, 1st and 10. Minka Fitzpatrick back out on the sideline in street clothes, though. So he got hurt today. Kenny Pickett got hurt today. First and 10. And Trubisky out of bounds, incomplete. Anyway, intended for Williams. Just remember, they have the field goal before halftime right now. A touchdown on this drive would win it. It wouldn't be a 10-score lead. Second and 10 after the incompletion. And dump off Connor Hayward. 3rd and a yard. Gotta clock it. 10 seconds. Gotta clock it. 7, 6, 5. They finally fucking do. Now you can't even fucking kick field goal, let alone, hope to make it from here. It'd be 40, 57, 8-yarder. I mean, you could. You might as well attempt it. I mean, get the onside kick if he makes it and, score a touchdown then, like, on the return. But they're going to trot the offense out there for whatever fucking reason on 4th and a yard with 5 seconds to play just to throw a Hail Mary. That's pointless in this game because you can't score more than 8 points on a touchdown. Hail Mary will be picked off at the 5-yard line, and Jacksonville on the return. As the final seconds tick away, that does it. Final score, Jacksonville 20, Pittsburgh 10. That Hail Mary would have been a lot more interesting if the Steelers had the field goal that they had before halftime that the refs took off the board from them. Trubisky going to end the day with 3 interceptions in relief of Kenny Pickett, I might add, too. So, get well soon. And please come back sometime soon. Steelers on a short week, I might add this week too, so that probably ain't going to help as they host the Titans on Thursday Night Football. But the Jaguars beat the Steelers 20-10. They get to 6-2. The Steelers now drop to 4-3. They're going to give us an update. They're actually going to give us bonus coverage as Philadelphia's going to beat Washington. Looks like, yeah, the Jets and Giants are going to OT in both teams' home stadium. So we'll watch that. Keep an eye on the outcome there. But I'll wrap up here in a little bit. Of course, as always, just want to say thank you for tuning in and watching these live watch line reactions live here on YouTube. As always, once again, we're hosting Encyclopedia Sports, Cool and Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. Of course, hoping for a better outcome today. I didn't get that. Jacksonville defeats Pittsburgh 20-10. We'll see if this is going to be one of those games Steelers look back on later on in the year. Well, if they would have won that, they would have been in this spot rather than this spot. Because that always happens like sometime in October or November for them, good or bad. Game still to come, as this game is going to overtime, as mentioned, with the Jets and Giants. The Saints are going to beat the Colts. Cowboys beat the Rams. Vikings beat the Packers. Titans beat the Falcons. Dolphins with a win over the Patriots. Of course, Jacksonville beat Pittsburgh. Philly with a win at Washington. Carolina defeating Houston. Buffalo, of course, beat Tampa Bay on Thursday Night Football. But still to come this week in the NFL. Browns, Seahawks, Chiefs, Broncos getting snow. Ravens, Cardinals, Bengals, 49ers, Bears, Chargers is Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football is Raiders, Lions. Since Pittsburgh plays on Thursday night, hosting Tennessee, we'll preview Week 9 then, because that'll be the first game of the week. So that's the next game coming up on tap, on schedule for myself as well, before more college football and NFL action and professional wrestling next weekend. So be sure to back in live then. Just be sure to subscribe. This way, update is in fact on social media. Like, follow, and subscribe. Links once again in the description below. Trevor Lawrence in the win, going to finish 24-32, 292 yards passing and a touchdown. His interception led to 3 Steeler points. He was also sacked 3 times, but, you know, all right, didn't mean much, especially in a loss. Steelers also had 2 fumble recoveries by the Jacksonville offense. Didn't do a damn thing with them. So, you know, there's a point, you know, in which they would have scored some points off of turnovers. Might have been a little different. Let alone the field goal before halftime that the refs took off the board with a penalty. You know, 1-score game late, you know, as it turned out to be. You know, that Hail Mary is a lot more interesting, you know, than it was in a game that was already over when you're attempting it. That's what probably should have kicked the field goal there, you know, make it. If you miss it, all right, game's over, but as it would have been anyway. But at least you get a chance for an onside kick and a return to tie it, to force overtime. I mean, miracles have happened. Who knows if that was going to happen, but it still wouldn't have happened. But yeah, 20-10 your final score. Lawrence, 24-32, 292 yards, touchdown, interception, sacked 3 times. They had 2 fumbles on offense. ETN was really the difference maker, I thought, for Jacksonville. Like I said, coming in, if Pittsburgh could stop the run, make them throw, it probably gives them the best chance to win. Lawrence still picked them apart, almost 300 yards passing and a touchdown. That was to ETN out of the backfield, I might add, on a screen, on a wheel route down the far sideline. 3 catches, 70 yards for him, and the score. So, yeah, Lawrence, 292 yards passing, a touchdown pick. Sacked 3 times, had 2 fumbles. Steelers couldn't capitalize, though. They had 3 turnovers leading to 3 points. That's pathetic. ETN had 24 carries, 79 yards rushing, and then 3 catches for 70 yards and the touchdown. Evan Ingram led the way, 10 catches, 88 yards. Calvin Ridley, 6 of 83. As mentioned, ETN, 3 catches, 70 yards in the score. Christian Kirk had 4 for 46. Ludekin led the way in total tackles for Duval with 10. Of course, they got a couple interceptions off of the Steeler offense as well, with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback for the injured Kenny Pickett with a shoulder rib injury before halftime on a blatant miss, you know, roughing the passer foul. And then the missed field goal after he made it. But because of the penalty there, they took it off. And then, you know, it's really, the missed penalties today. Don't want to blame the officials, but I mean, in the first half, right there before halftime, I mean, what the fuck was all that? That's just pathetic. Um, I said my piece about that then, so I won't say more. I mean, special teams was a factor today. I mean, McManus was 4-4 on field goals, made from 50 twice and made from 38 twice. And Boswell had his field goal attempt made from 22, made from 55, but then missed from 61 because they took the 55-yarder off the board because of an asinine offside on the offense on that play. Like, just never saw that before. Like, just it's frustrating. No, but yeah, Kenny Pickett went down with an injury before halftime. It was roughing the passer. They called Pittsburgh for roughing the passer on Trevor Lawrence earlier, which, okay, it might have been. Probably was. But the one on Kenny Pickett was worse, and then there was no foul. He literally drove him into the ground and then made him leave the game with an injury because of it, with a shoulder rib injury. And then Trubisky comes in and throws 3 interceptions. 2, 3, doesn't matter. I mean, it was 2 officially. It felt like 3. Or maybe it was 3, and then because of the penalty. Or no, the one was dropped. That's right. Yeah. But then they still 4th down and then still couldn't fucking convert anyway. That's right. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, the difference really in this game is the field goal before halftime with the refs not really calling it down the middle, but then they let them play at the same point in time. So, I mean, just is what it is, But, yeah, the field goal before halftime that got called off, and then Pittsburgh not being able to capitalize off of Jacksonville turnovers for points, really is why they lost, along with overall still not being able to, move the football offensively. I mean, they had a 98-yard scoring drive for a field goal off the interception. Okay, that was the 3 points off of the 3 total turnovers they had all game. Just pathetic. That should have been a touchdown drive. Probably should have another scoring drive early, a couple drops, because they had 4 3-and-outs to begin the game. Remember that. Trubisky, as Pickett finished 10 16, 73 yards, Trubisky was 15 27, 139 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks. But another reason why, they lost, the Steelers, that is, flat out, it just didn't play good. Offense is still, piss poor. They're doing one good thing and then nothing until they have another reason to do something. Like, I feel so fucking bad for this defense once again because they bail their ass out time and time again, but then the offense is just going through the fucking motions. Because Jalen Warren led the team as overall total Pittsburgh 18 carries for 70 yards between 5 different backs. That being 2 running backs, both quarterbacks, and a receiver. Jalen Warren 5 of 19, Mitch Trubisky 3 of 18, Najee Harris 7 of 13. So you had your 2 starting running backs for a total of 12 carries for what, 30 yards rushing? I mean, give me a fucking break. I mean, run the fucking football for God's sakes. Might have to break out my run the damn ball hat on Thursday night. Kenny Pickett had a carry for 10 yards. Calvin Austin on end arounds had 10 yards. I mean, just, yeah, I feel so bad for this defense, because they're busting their ass, balls to the wall, making play after play after play, and 3 turnovers of 3 points, and just then the touchdown they had didn't come until the second half, because they're, slow starting second half team, just the way it is, and I mean, they're 4-3. They probably should be 0-7, let alone anywhere in between. They're 4 wins, all by 1 score. They're 3 losses now. 2 of them blowouts, just by 10 points or more. So all 3 losses by 10 points or more. It comes down to a couple plays here and there. At least it did today. As it always does. It's a game of inches. And then it's just, I mean, it was for the taking, and they let it slip. They broke on defense late. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't run the football themselves. I mean, so what more do you fucking want? What more, can you ask for? Or not ask for? I mean, just, it's frustrating. Deontay Johnson, hopefully he's okay. Returned last week. Big game again today, but got hurt again. They're getting bit by the injury bug. Minka Fitzpatrick injured. Kenny Pickett injured. Deontay Johnson injured. He had 8 catches, 85 yards. Najee Harris, 5 of 42 because, well, they threw how many fucking screens to him on the final drive. Connor Hayward, 5 catches, 25 yards. They need Freiermuth back at tight end, but even if, he was in there, they weren't throwing him the ball anyway. They need to get the ball to the tight ends a little bit more. Pickens, 1 catch for 22 yards and a touchdown. I mean, yeah, no wonder Deontay Johnson last week and today, too, got so many targets and so many catches because they're doubling up Pickens. But then, still, somebody else is going to be fucking open. That's the thing. Get Allen Robinson the ball. He might have 5 catches, let alone 10 catches the whole fucking year. It's going to be November the next time they play on Thursday night. Okay? I mean, you're 7 games in 8 weeks. You've already had your bye week early. So it's, okay, a short week this week. And then you get like a mini bye. Another home game then afterwards as well. And then you got to go on the road. And then you'll have another short week early December because I'll play again on Thursday night. And then you'll have another mini bye. But like, it's going to get, a little tough as the NFL is to begin with. It's a long season. So it's still next man up mentality. They just gotta play through all this adversity. They just gotta find a way to make sure they're, in the thick of it at the end of the season, which I think they still will be. That's why I've been saying, like, because how the schedule shakes out, they don't play another divisional opponent until right before Thanksgiving, let alone after. Okay. And then after that, it's right before Christmas and then week 18. So take care of business in the other games. And if you don't, okay, still, be average in those. And then along when you would play those divisional games, those, would be, must win as they always are, as they are undefeated in division right now as it is anyway. So, like, they'll be fine if they can just get to this point in time that, okay, it's just the way it is, it's the way it's going to be, like it or not, and they need to figure out from here on out, it seems like long term for the rest of the season, how they're just going to get it done, and it starts up front. You got to be able to block to run, block to protect, run the football, which they can't do. Defense today couldn't stop the run. They really haven't been able to stop the run all fucking season as it is anyway, so that's nothing new. And then just as they are about to stop the run, that's when the opponent's offense, note about it, because that's what you want to do. You want to run play action, and you want to be balanced. You want to keep it simple. You want to be consistent. They can't even control the fucking clock, for God's sakes. They go 3 and out in a minute, and then the defense is out there, the whole entire game. So no wonder they broke, in the second half and gave up what they gave up. George Pickens, a catch for 22 yards and the only Steeler touchdown today, and Boswell had the 22-yard field goal. So I guess 22 is the number here this afternoon. 22-yard field goal and a 22-yard passing touchdown. Made a 55-yarder, remember. Taken off the board, though, because of a penalty before halftime. One-score game, if they have it. Hail Mary is a lot different. Let alone the fourth quarter is a hell of a lot different than it turned out to be. Just frustrating. It still circles back to the officiating, which you can't blame the refs, even though you can. But the made field goal turned into a missed field goal, and then it's overall the turnovers by Jacksonville offensively that the Steelers defense forced, but yet the Steelers offense couldn't capitalize off of, and that's why they lost today, along with not having a running game and not being able to stop the run. End of story. Like, just it's pathetic. Holcomb, 11 total tackles. You got to give it up for this defense. He had 11 total tackles, 7 of them solo. Cal O'Neal and DeMonte Keasy, along with Joey Porter, stepped up in the back end with Minka out. But tackles for loss, give one to Landon Roberts, Alex Highsmith, Montravius Adams, and Miles Killebrew, along with Nick Herbig. And then your sacks, Now, Atlanta Roberts with a 1.5, and then Highsmith, TJ Watt, and Armand Watts had half a sack apiece. And I mean, even with field position, you know, they always seemingly starting at the 25, 20-yard line today. You know, they didn't even get into Jaguar territory until right before halftime. I mean, just they got to figure something out. Jaguars had 20 first downs compared to Pittsburgh's 7. They were about 50% on third down as well. 6 of 13 compared to Pittsburgh's 3 of 12. Pittsburgh 0 of 2 on fourth down, I might add, too. They ran same amount of plays, +1 for Jacksonville at 65 to 64. The Jags had 100 more total yards, even though the Steelers had 1 more total drive. You know, it's just overall, they got beat. They flat out got beat by a better team. Even though it was still there for the taking, you know, they let it slip and off the hook because they couldn't capitalize off turnovers, and they couldn't run the ball, and they couldn't stop the run. That's what it boils down to, in my opinion. 6 total penalties apiece, 6 of 72 for Jacksonville, 6 of 52 for Pittsburgh. So, I mean, yeah, fucking refs suck, no doubt about it. But time of possession, 34-16 to 25-44 in advantage of the Jags, I might add. So, just one of those games. It's a tough loss. It's frustrating, but you know, you got to have a short-term memory because it's on to the next. You know, because it's a long season, and they play on a short week this week. They play Thursday night at home against the Tennessee Titans. So. Hopefully they'll tune in live right here on YouTube for those live watch on reactions. But in the meantime, I guess, yeah, that'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports. Cool and Luke 96 live right here on YouTube. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Steelers lose at home, 20-10. Game, looking back on it later, yeah, probably should have won, but oh well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, just didn't do enough. You know, and Jacksonville was the better team, along with being overall, you know, the better team coming into today's game, you know, anyway. But, you know, when it mattered on the field, because they decided on paper to decide on the field, you know, that's when it matters, and they went out and won. So give them credit, because you got to give credit where credit's due. So, yeah, Jacksonville has a bye next week, I might add. Pittsburgh was coming off a bye going into last week, came back, found a way to win. Today, a week after that, came back, couldn't find a way to win. Came up just short at the end. So, yeah, they'll be on a short week. On top of all this, once again, as mentioned, they'll host the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. So, hopes everybody then for live watch long reactions over on YouTube. So, in the meantime, once again, that'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool and Luke 96. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links, once again, in the description below. As the Jacksonville Jaguars defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers by your final score today of 20-10. Up.